comrades, today is July 14, 2026, and the current time is 1917. Comrades are reporting issues with the SPF 100 sunscreen, with reports of glistening skin like a vampire from Twilight. Comrades are recommended to switch to the metallic lace SPF 50 sunscreen for the time being. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Oh my god, I thought, what happened? Okay, wait, hold on. I was like, okay, so hold on, wait a second. Oh, I forgot to turn on the thingy too. Hold on, I am a professional streamer. Give me 1 second. I thought I did this all correctly, but I apparently did not because I may have gotten a little lazy. Give me 1 second. This is all turning on one button at a time. Why is the Twitch, what happened here? Why is this thing gigantic? What in the world? How do I fix this? I think it's this one. That's probably close enough. All right, that's probably good enough. Okay. I am a professional streamer, I swear. Please believe me. I am in fact really good at this. I've been doing this for, God, how long have I been a VTuber? When was 6 years ago? God, I think it's been like almost 6 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm one of those older VTubers. I've been around these parts, you know. I've hung around a long time. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. I was there in the olden days. I watched it all burn down. Anyways, how are all of you doing, comrades? Hopefully you're all having a good evening. Hello, Kabisara, Zura, and Xanth, and Ranu, and Erwin, Joker, and Ray, and Zeoposer, and Sun, and congrats to Xanth for being first actually today. Also, hello, Drunken Wayfarer, and whoever, Goldenrod I know is back from vacation. I saw, and I think that's everyone who's said anything so far in chat. Anyways, hopefully, and hello, Umi. Hopefully you're all doing good. I don't know why there's no music. I could have sworn this game had music, but now I'm kind of trying to remember if it does. So, real quick, do we start a new before I start, do I start a new colony or do we play with the old one? That's the ultimate first question. Yes, you can load the old one, but I'm wondering if it might be more fun to just kind of start with a brand new one from scratch with maybe better knowledge of the game. Finish when I started, fine. I need to emphasize, the last time I had played this game was November 14, 2025. So basically, almost as soon as the game came out on like early access is when we started playing this. Okay, I have not played this since, despite the fact that Hooded Horse keeps giving me keys to different games. I just have not revisited this literally since then. And we've gone through 25 major patches. I wish I was joking. I looked at the Steam news for this game and it said, yeah. So anyways, we're like through 25 different patches now. So okay, I guess we're playing this today, which I'll see if I can remember how to play this. We'll talk about this in a second before we get on this. But anyways, how are all of you doing? I will say I have no idea why Hooded Horse continues to give me keys all the time. I'm not complaining. I love the fact that they keep sending me stuff because everything they make is basically stuff I'm interested in. But I want to know, who is the Hooded Horse developer that is like quietly watching my content and is just like, yeah, so anyways, have some keys. So that's the thing too. I also got like a bunch, I get a bunch of weird emails. Some like, I check my email like for my, you know, my VTuber email like basically daily. And I do like seeing what gets in there. I actually do get a surprising amount of game keys in there. Usually from small indie developers or small indie studios or publishers, and like wanting me to stream like, you know, here's an RPG or here's a like some roguelite and all that other stuff. And most of the time I just kind of ignore them because they're usually not the type of thing that I would normally stream. Like I think today I got a key and it was basically, hey, would you like to play our you know, pixel art, you know, anime inspired RPG that kind of looks like Dark Souls meets Legend of Zelda type game, or would you like to play some life sim or anything like that? And I'm like, not particularly, because I only have so many hours a week that I stream, and as much as I hate to say it, I do have to be a little picky about what games I do stream, because that's just how it works, right? Like I can't just pick and stream everything. I only have so many hours in a given day, so I gotta make sure I pick and choose what I'm kind of interested in, and that's kind of where we're at. So Hooded Horse is very nice with that, and you know, they just kind of give me whatever, and I'm like, all right, sweet, I love it. Thank you, Hooded Horse Sama. I appreciate it to the Hooded Horse people that are just kind of like silently watching me in the background. I'm like, yeah, let's go, Hooded Horse. So yes, I will shill for Hooded Horse because at least they've been very nice to me, and I will not complain about that. So, anyways, yeah. So welcome to Whiskerwood. It's a game that we've played like once or twice. I think we did 2 streams of this based on my last check, and it's basically a mouse-themed colony simulator. It's actually very beautiful. It's a very voxel-based one. You have to kind of do all the usual colony things, like, you know, making sure that they can all eat, making sure you have food, making it a little pretty. Unfortunately, the way I've designed this is that it looks a little ugly, and it's kind of a hot mess. And so I do need to find a way to kind of fix this bit by bit, and I will slowly work on that. It's just a little difficult. Essentially what we have is we have our primary island here. Why is it nighttime already? What? Wasn't it just daytime? I was like, hello, Kahila, good evening, how are you doing? And so we have a lot of these like little rats. I did actually add a few mods recently. I was kind of looking through the workshop. One that mostly like adds clothes to them and whatnot. And a lot of them are a little annoyed and hungry because right now they have to eat from the shed instead of eating at a cafe. So we do need to fix a bunch of stuff here. And I think today, if we're going to be playing this for a little bit longer, we're going to definitely focus primarily on fixing a lot of the things that I've kind of put off. And hopefully this will look a lot less ugly in the near future. So anyways, welcome to the Whiskerwoods, where we are going to be whiskering our woods as we commonly do in these parts, right? I'm sure we all like to whisker the woods. So anyways, how have all of you been doing though? Obviously, I will say I'm a little tired. I didn't get a chance to take a nap like I normally would. I was very busy at my job that I moonlight as, because as you know, I moonlight as a accountant when I'm not when I'm not being a VTuber. And so I got stuck there for an extra hour longer than I wanted to, and so I am more or less a little tired and exhausted, and it's kind of annoying, but I'll survive regardless. So anyways, we're kind of just gonna be going through the motions. This colony might actually be broken, and I may or may not need to let's see. Okay, so it was a little messed up. Okay, so this might be fine. Yeah, a lot of people are having negative thoughts because there's no food. Okay, I'll talk about these when we get play more. You survive, but not great. You gotta do your best, Kahil. I believe in you. Do your best. This might actually be a little broken. I may need to fix some of this colony, because again, this colony is a little bit of a mess. So, anyways, yeah, that's Whiskerwood. Basically, every now and again, we're gonna get supplies. A bunch of cats are gonna show up and demand taxes, and we gotta pay the taxes as we continue to expand our little place. By the way, a lot of the rats in this colony are named after comrades here. If I can figure out where the colony, where the rat list is. Unfortunately, I have no idea where the rat list is, but one of these buttons I'm sure will tell me. I literally cannot find it. Yeah, I'm wondering if it would have been better to start over. That's kind of why I was like, maybe I should just start over. But apparently I'm being told, no, I should actually commit to something and finish this. And so that's why we're here, trying to finish this. So, oh yeah, we have a lot of people here. We've got, let's see, we got Umi here with low expectations. We've also got, we got Xanth here, an optimist who works at the smokery. We've got Alana, who's a stonecutter. We got a lot of people who are already here. I don't remember exactly who's a viewer pawn, but I think a lot of the earlier ones were. Like, we got Arani here. I see Athiana. I see Ranu. Hello, Havel. How are you doing? Should I start? Okay, hold on. Let's do a poll real fast. How about this? Why don't we do a poll? Okay. Let's do a poll. Start anew. Yay. Nay. All right, how about that? Let's let this poll run for 5 minutes, and it's an equal opportunity poll, so everyone gets 1 vote on this. So let me know what you think. Should we start anew, or should we just continue with what we currently have, and I should try to commit? To be fair, this colony is not the worst thing. It's just a little bit of a mess. One of the biggest issues that I think I was running into in this run. Oh, there's a lot of rebellion forever. We got monarchists. Yeah, that's right, and we have a lot of other shenanigans going on here as well. So, hopefully, otherwise, I think I know what I'm going to need to do to at least expand this quite a bit. We do have a supply ship, too. This is how we kind of get more fresh people if we really need to. But it will incur debts as we do this. So that's kind of like the main problem. The game is very much a loop of create things, sell things, and try not to lose everything. We are trying to research how to cultivate wheat, I think is what it seems like we were doing. And basically go down the entire tree to get access to bread. Bread seems like it's a lot of fun, and we'll eventually need copper, so we'll need to get a coppersmith as well. What I really want to eventually do is get to trains. There is a train function in the game, but that requires really high-end technology levels that we quite frankly just do not have access to, and so that's kind of something we need to kind of punch through, and that's kind of the nasty part of this. So, and yes, as it was mentioned, maybe one day perhaps we will do an art stream. I know it's something that is desired. For some reason, people want to watch me be bad at art. I need to emphasize I am very bad at art, but I guess in the name of entertainment, I may or may not do that at some point. So that is things to consider for the future, but we're already kind of committed to playing this, and so that's why we're doing this. I mean, I could just switch to art, but I'd have to like go through the motions of plugging in my tablet. We are running into a bunch of issues. Apparently people are freezing to death. Ah, yes, we even have this medical triage that has no light because there's no fuel. And I don't know how to get people to deliver fuel. Build a fire tender to deliver fuel. Ah, look at that. All right, I do not remember anything that was going on in here at all. Like, you need a fire tender to make sure there's fire. But do I not have a... Is that a new thing? Oh, that might be a new thing. Okay, that might be a new thing. Hold on. Okay, this is gonna be a little awkward. I thought I had multiple fire tenders kind of hanging around, but I guess not. Fire tenders basically just take the wood and just kind of plop it back in there, which is fine. All right, we'll just throw one of those on there. It seems like people want us to stick to the same colony, so we'll just kind of stick to the same colony. And we'll explore a little bit of what's going on here bit by bit. We do have to get some spare workers and start throwing them into workplaces. For example, this sawmill obviously turns wood into, you know, planks that we can use, and obviously we need a certain amount of resources to kind of get all of our stuff. We have a lot of planks, we don't have a lot of wood, and we have a lot of stone, but we don't have a lot of anything else, and so it's going to be a little nasty. We're not going to freeze to death. I think we'll survive perfectly fine. Our colony is doing a pretty good job of just not exploding into a million tiny pieces. Anyways, hopefully you don't get stuck at work like I... Oh, hold on, I know what I forgot to check. Okay, so I think it did install. I don't actually know if it installed all the mods. Let me take a quick look. It might not have. Oh, it didn't install all the mods I wanted. Okay, we may need to reload the game in a second. But yeah, so that's essentially the main loop of the game. It's you have to deal with the... Okay, first of all, we got to pick one of these. I think we'll just take the cheapest one. And essentially what happens is we build up debt over time. And as we collect debt, we need to be able to pay it off, and by selling things to the debt collectors, also known as the mice. And then once that's done, we'll be fine. However, we only have so many builders. Okay, here we go. We can now make wheat. Okay, so we're gonna go down the tree to get... Oh, we can make elevators, actually. Wait, elevators would be kind of sick. How do you even... Wait, how do you actually power the elevator? Well, why don't we do this? Let's go down the bread tree first. Let's get mill, and then we'll get a bakery. Loop is basically Dark Souls lore. Yeah, sure, if that's what you want to call it. If you want to call it Dark Souls, that's probably not correct. I did add one new mod. It's a speed up mod that makes the speed up go from... the max speed up you can do normally is like 3x, but I installed one that allows me to go up to 10x, even 20x if I wanted to, and so we can at least progress through the game a little bit faster. And hopefully that will make this a little bit more interesting instead of just the slow burn that we're doing. And so that's kind of the main thing. We do need to get some better teachers so we can educate more of our pawns so they can be more researchy. I don't know why I keep saying pawns. This is not Rimworld, and I almost said colony, but a colony I believe is actually the correct terminology for this game. Holy moly, I am so Rimworld brain rotted. I cannot stop using Rimworld terminology whenever I play any video game. What is wrong with me? So as long as we have enough houses for everyone, one thing to keep in mind is that your people do have an approval rating. If they don't like you, they will be very unhappy. And right now they're very unhappy because we're kind of just feeding everyone the most bare bone of food. Their houses kind of suck, and their clothes also kind of suck as well. And so part of the issue that we probably need to fix is we need to, well, fix that, right? Before everyone's mental state continues to crater into oblivion, and that's just going to keep, you know, it's essentially a self-perpetuating loop of sadness. And I think we want to minimize that as much as possible. Right, so for example here we have people that are stockpiling fuel, but logistics are also kind of annoying too because they have to figure out which resources can they actually use to grab the materials from. There's a lot of like weird optimization things in this game that I don't really fully understand, and that's kind of why I was like, okay, maybe we should start anew, because at least if I start new, I know exactly what I was doing and we can kind of fix things around. For example, there's this logistic hub here, right? And this thing currently stores mostly tailored cloaks, which is great, but unfortunately what we need is better stuff. Also,
we claws are a humble race. We rarely make such.
Oh yeah, that's right. We kind of are a rat colony in honor of this stupid cat people, and so they demand us to make statues to, you know, honor their catliness. Unfortunately, making statues is expensive, and I don't really feel like making a statue because statues cost resources that I'd rather dedicate to other things. Now, the other thing I need to make sure is we do need to start upgrading houses at some point too. Basically, there's multiple housing tiers, and the most bare bones one is this one, which I've kind of made a really terrible townhouse out of, called the Stone Shelter. I mean, it does the bare minimum, but if you can get furniture and bedding, they'll like it even more. Unfortunately, it's winter, and with winter means you have very limited options on what to do, and I have to make sure we have enough food to survive us through the winter. And fuel also. Fuel is probably like the hardest thing to make, because you actually just can't use wood. You have to turn the wood into charcoal. If you can convert it into charcoal, that's fine. Also, there's like a fishing mechanic, so as you can see, the fishing amount that you can fish starts to drop in over time as well. So, oh, I accidentally made that overtime. I did not want to make that overtime. Whoopsies. So I need to figure out which one of these buildings is the one that makes charcoal, because we need a lot of charcoal in the colony, and I do not remember which one of these actually manufactures charcoal. Because unfortunately, the fact that we don't have any charcoal means we can't really fuel the bonfires. I can't remember which one of these is the charcoal pit. That's an ore furnace that makes copper, I think, right? This one converts, yeah, this one converts copper into copper bars. Yeah, there is a charcoal kiln building, but I cannot remember which one of these it was. Now, I feel like it's one of those things I probably kept far away from everything. Right? Because another mechanic of this game, unironically, is pollution, and we do need to manage our pollution as much as possible. But I don't see... Maybe I never built one. You know what? It's entirely possible that I did not actually build a charcoal kiln. And so... Okay, so bonfire still needs fuel. I have 6 units of fuel. Okay, so I think I need to make a charcoal first. I don't think I actually have a charcoal. It must have been... I think what might have happened is in the original version of the game I played, there was no such thing as charcoal kilns. You just kind of use the wood as generic fuel. But now it seems I am required to produce charcoal in large quantities. So I need to figure out where we're going to do that. You can also see the pollution is just kind of nasty. So this overlay here, right? So that's 0%. That means it's clean air over here. But as we get closer over here, ooh, that pollution is just, it's sick nasty. Ooh, 60% pollution? The tainted air is so bad. Who would want to live here? So we're going to start moving a lot of the charcoal shenanigans probably to this island, because this island's a little out of the way. The other thing, too, is you need to figure out like what direction the air is going to flow to. But since there seems to be a lot of space here, this might be fine. I think this island's going to be more of my industrial island, and I'm just going to more or less abuse this island into be my industry haven. By the way, you can also go up and down. You might notice here that we've got a lot of we're digging out underground a fairly decent amount to keep digging out for more resources, because that's just how the game is, and we're trying to look for more copper, which is deep underground, and we need it for all of our cool projects. So let's start doing this. Hello, Hayashi, how are you doing? So we're probably going to slap down a charcoal kiln somewhere. But I want to keep it away from... I want to keep the charcoaling somewhere far away. And then maybe like a distribution center somewhere nearby here that the logistics mice can move around. And I think that's probably the best solution. Okay, which one of these is the charcoal furnace? Do I really not have a single charcoal furnace? Is there not a way to check? I guess there's no way to actually check to see if you have a charcoal furnace, so I just have to slap one of these down. All right, so I think what we'll do is, because this area is kind of our industrial quarter here, we're going to keep all of the industrial people basically all the way over here, far away from everything else. So we'll just kind of turn this entire area into an abomination where we will just manufacture an unholy amount of charcoal for all of our needs. The nice thing too is you can stack buildings if you know what you're doing. Although there seems to be like a minimum height requirement. It looks like you need 3 stacked if we're gonna do that. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna probably put like 2, maybe 3 of these is probably fine. And hopefully once we do this, we can start manufacturing more and more. We can start manufacturing charcoal to fulfill our needs. Because again, they're still a little hungry, and there's only so much food to go around. It's mostly raw fish that everyone's kind of eating because I don't have a way to cook, and at least they're eating some fish. Anyways, we may or may not do some city skylines in the near future. I've been kind of having hankering for citying, but I know not everyone's really into city skylines right now, so we might not do that for some time. But I'm always open to suggestions, and I know there's a few things I am interested in playing in the near future. Basically, hold on. We now have access to a mill, which is great because now we can make flour, and with this we can bake bread, and then we will be able to research a soup kitchen, which will allow us to actually make soup. And I would be very happy to have soup. Yeah, the other thing too is one of the big changes that they made was you do need to actually have your guys eat at a I believe they're called cafes and dining halls. I think this might have been from the start, but I don't think we ever really built them. So unless I put them on the lower floor here, I think it's just a mass storage of like random, yeah. So we need to put a few cafes kind of scattered about to maximize the opportunities for our dear mice to be able to eat. Yeah, all hail the mighty soup. I love soup. So unfortunately, my designs are what some would say esoteric. And so if you're wondering like why everything in this colony just looks like a disaster, it's because I'm a disaster, and that is how we're functioning. Like right now, here's our farm, right? So the people who work at this farm climb up this ladder so they can go harvest the crop fields, which is currently growing what, cotton? And then we're also growing trees and some other stuff that we can't grow because it's too cold. But if you have enough fire, you can kind of keep it warm, and then you can actually, surprisingly enough, grow cotton year round, which is surprisingly interesting. This game is very soup friendly. Yeah, this game is very much soup coded, very soup core, very soup appropriate, and all that jazz. So we're gonna start throwing some people in here. What we really need is I need more sacrificial rats to join, or mice to join our colony, and that way we can ensure long-term survival. But unfortunately the rats don't breed, I think. And I'm pretty sure the rats don't breed themselves, so it's kind of an issue. We don't have enough people for what we need, and so that's why our approval rating is constantly cratering every single night. Yeah, I don't think they breed. If they do, you might need like a specific, like, bigger house. A lot of the, okay, so here's the thing. A lot of these stone shelters are basically 1-bedroom operations. When you start getting to the slightly higher ones, like even the abodes are like 1-bedroom operations. I could have sworn we had the bigger ones. Yeah, so eventually you can get to like row homes, and these do have slightly more capacity. And I think even the larger ones will allow you to start doing some other stuff. Let's see, so I think once you get to stone, you might be able to have a little bit more, but a lot of these are fairly tiny, and you probably mostly want to get like plank row homes. That's why we're kind of just slapping down the plank row homes here, because look at it. I think it looks kind of nice, and it adds an appropriate flair to the general aesthetic. But again, lack of fuels kind of causing a problem here. And everyone's mostly complaining because the food sucks. All right. The main issue is the food sucks. And I can't really get new rats or mice until after winter ends. And so we must survive until winter concludes and hope no one will explode. Suppliers arrived. All right. We have to take something because I don't want to anger the rats. So I will take... I think if we take this one, we get hardtack. And so basically a little bit more food. Yeah, we'll take that one. So essentially what happens is now that we have this cafe, you can see there's like a lot of food hanging around here. It's all raw fish, which kind of sucks, but it also means that, hey, essentially what happens is rats will always prefer to eat, or mice will always prefer to eat at a cafe or a proper dining hall rather than anywhere else. So that's kind of why I'm like, all right, I guess we should probably make sure we have proper dining hubs and whatnot as we try to sort through everything and try to make this function for now. Eventually it will be a little bit of a mess, but you can see, hey, we're turning logs into fuel, which is what matters. We are making logs 24/7 even through the winter. And I think if we put a like a fire somewhere over here, I think that would also extend how much land can be used for growing, because again, cotton growing 24/7 is a very interesting concept. I don't know why we're allowed to do this, but it is very interesting to me. So we are now able to speed through the days at least fairly quickly, and as you can see, just adding a simple place to eat will make them a lot happier. Visiting a cafe makes everyone happy, and so we have no choice but to try to make everyone a little bit happy. But you can also see like our debt is spiraling out of control as we now owe 3,667 gold to the mice, or to the rats. How are you doing, Infidave? Hopefully you're having a good evening. So essentially, yeah, one step at a time, we will start to improve the heating as we get more and more coal. But yeah, I really don't know why the rats don't breed. I think you just can only get fresh rats. But I do like how they all have different outfits. Let's see, can I find a specific rat? Mice, I'm sorry, mice. You may not have your power drain for base load total. You see, that's what happens when you play Greg Tech. How are you enjoying the Greg Teching? Here we go. Like, can I find the Ray rat or mouse? The Architect, Quill, Pip, Rubble, Kefir, Krusty, Rist. I found Riston and Garm. Where's the Ray one? Oh my gosh, Ray is our holy moly. Okay, so Ray is the she works at the smokery, and she is an educated apprentice engineer. I feel like she's working at some place where she could probably, actually no, they do want engineers here. So she's actually able to maximize her output here, which is really funny. Are you at least having fun with it? I saw that Minecraft RTS mod, and I'm like, man, if I played Minecraft and I only wanted to do factory things, this is exactly what I would play. I'm like, ooh, a mod just made for me. Hooray. Don't worry, Ray, you're here. Don't worry. And we're gonna get this research lab going. I think right now our main issue is like we're being gated by random materials. So for example, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off some of these mining camps temporarily as we try to maximize how much materials we have. And I may I might turn off the wood plank things. Oh, I need a production thing. Okay. We do need a production center to maximize or minimize stop them from making more stuff, which I don't really need, which we don't have. Just like some small warehouses. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I don't need this right now. These are not super useful other than the bridges maybe. The elevators would be really nice. We don't do that yet. Dopamine hit enter to finish crafting stuff. I put Civ 7 day 1. Listen, I literally streamed Civ 7 day 1. Like, part of the reason was I wanted to stream Civ 7 when it came out, and I did. It wasn't a very popular stream because I don't think people are terribly interested in Civ 7, but I like Civ. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I find it a very enjoyable game, and I've put a fairly decent amount of hours into it, as silly as that sounds. I should have Twitch bop your balls for saying that. Just for being in my presence and saying 6-7. How dare you say these terrible words in my presence? Yeah, the other problem with Civ streaming is that it takes forever to finish a run, and so that's kind of the other reason why it's not a really good idea to stream it, because you're not going to finish a run in one day. You're going to take like a week, you know, of stream. It usually takes me about 12-ish hours to finish one run of Civ. When I stream Civ 8, because I am not a time traveler, contrary to popular belief, I am not a time traveler, and I do not have access to Civ that amount number. Tax collector's here in 8 days. Okay, we'll just get the cheapest one. I think the main thing we're gonna do now is just try to try to force our way through the winter and try to survive as long as possible. Since I just get a few more people, I'm going to take them off of. I took them off of that. We're gonna put them on the charcoal furnace just so I can have more charcoal slammed out. Oh, we do not have enough resources to pay our debts. That's a problem, isn't it? We might need more flax spinners for the time being. Okay, because I want to make sure we keep everyone nice and warm. Civ's nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. Like Civ is also one of those franchises where the initial release of these games is hot garbage. Civ 5 sucked on release, and Civ 6 also sucked on release. It takes like the first major expansion before it becomes kind of a quote-unquote slightly worth it game, and once you finally get to the final expansion, which they usually do 2 major ones, then you're kind of very happy with where the state of the game is, because everyone's always like, oh, Civ 5 aged like fine wine. I remember when Civ 6 came out, people weren't terribly happy with the cartoony aesthetic and the bright colors and some of the changes, like the district changes and everything, but overall I think the game was fun. And I think Civ 7's kind of in the same situation where the initial release is so questionable that people are immediately writing it off, and I think it does have potential to not suck. It just requires time. More time in the oven. Can you ever get Civ Beyond Earth? Never. Civ Beyond Earth failed so hard. I'm sorry. I know you want Civ Beyond Earth to be a good game, but let's be real, people were not terribly fond of it, and it's why it kind of died, and no one ever talks about it in any meaningful ways. Yeah, you'll have all these people that are like, oh man, I love Civ Beyond Earth. Do you really? I don't know. I don't know if you really did. Also, we need to dig. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. We need to dig out more copper. I need more miners. Is the mining hut? Where's the mining hut? Well, I don't know where I put the mining hut, but I need more miners to dig out the copper, and I don't remember where I put it. These are mostly just farms and woodcutters, but you still gotta wait for the crops to grow. We are barely running out of food though. Like, I have to be a little careful about our food supplies. And I think we're also running out of wood very quickly, so we may need to fix that as well. The problem is that this one can't reach any wood. What if we need to put a staircase here? If you put a staircase here, then this long's become reachable. Yeah, there you go. See, now they're immediately cutting it down, and that's what we want. We want them to start chopping. Perfect. I love to see it. The floating cities that had value. I mean, I don't know. I never really played Beyond Earth. It's not a game I really touched, so I'm not too familiar with the specifics of that game. But I believe you told me it was an okay title. All right, we made it through the winter, comrades. After day 88, everyone is kind of happy now, but we are running out of food very, very quickly, and we need to fix that now. Welcome to spring. It's snowing. It's a snowstorm. And there's a bunch of other things going on. Also, the tax collector's arriving tomorrow. The pirates have also arrived, and they demand things too. So, unfortunately, I do need to sacrifice things in order to make them go away. Not what I would like to do, but I have to. Mostly because I don't want them to burn down my colony, so I have to just kind of give them what they want. But yeah, like I said, I like Civ, and I've been playing the franchise since, I think, 4. I didn't really play any of the other ones beyond that. I wasn't, like, really playing games like that. I will say, there is a really cool Civ 4 mod if you're ever really interested in playing it. I believe it's called Rise and Fall Civ 4. And it's one of those mods that are kind of designed to be a super long-form expansion of the game. That more or less the idea is that the game is so dynamic that civs will literally rise and fall around you as time passes. And I think that's such a cool concept. You know, you could be playing Rome, but if your stability craters enough due to certain events like plagues and whatnot and other independent secessionist movements, you'll lose part of your territory and you have to like grow back up, and maybe you'll evolve from Rome to Italy and things like that. I think that's such a cool thing. Oh my gosh, I am not gonna be able to pay our debts here. We're running out of wood so fast, and food. This earthenworks. Okay, let's get you out of here. Let's try to fix this real fast. Okay. This forage hut has nothing to forage because these berries aren't ready yet. These berries are. Can I just put a path here? Oh, that's interesting. Paths are. Oh, so that's kind of neat. These are automatic. Yeah. Wait, but we're not cats. We're mice. We're here to do mice things, not cat things. What else do we need? I need more copper. Why am I not making more copper? Are we just out of copper ore? Oh, the problem is we don't have any copper ore. Oh, I don't want to work for the cat overlords, but I am obligated to work for them temporarily until we can find a way to free ourselves from the yoke of oppression, the yoke of tyranny, and all that jazz. Need the copper badly. Oh, I know what I need to do. So I think what we need is we need a mining camp here. This is so janky. I mean, I could put on the cat ears, which are fake. As we all know, these are all fake cat ears, and none of it is real, and none of it should be thought of as real. Okay, let's see if this is enough to maybe get some things dug out of here. We'll need to assign a few people as mining camp once this thing is built. But we're getting past the winter. There we go. Welcome to spring, and everyone is happy with what I've done. We are starving. Oh my god, we're out of food. I think our fish are... Oh, here's an interesting issue. So fun fact. The fish stock actually does deplete over time. Which this was not a thing in the previous game. This isn't, or in the previous patch. This is new. So that's really awkward. So I think what I need to do is I need to build new fishing boats or fishing docks. That's really funny. That's really funny. I did not realize your fish stock can in fact drop over time. That's super awkward. Oh my god. Okay, let's just put like a fish dock there, and maybe that'll help accelerate this if we can fix that. All right, here's the tax collector. Okay, play Warframe instead. Listen, Overwatch... I actually don't like playing Overwatch at all. Oh my god. I don't think I can pay their whole debt, but I think what I can do is I can try to hit the minimum and just reduce their trust in me, and that's probably okay. Like, I'll feed them a ton of cotton. I'll feed them my entire cotton stock, and probably my entire iron... Feed them my whole potash stock. Oh my gosh. I have to feed them basically everything. Okay, partial shipment. They'll hate me a little bit, but that's fine. And I'll get one wax seal. Yeah, I have no choice. I need the rest of this stuff. All right, I think this is the one that... Okay, this is the one that gives me whiskers, so I can hire new people or take in new victims. Weak knees. Heavy eater. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Farmer. An engineer. Sickly, snores, monarchist, compassionate explorer, sure, greedy miner, a patient explorer. Okay, main thing I gotta pay attention to is the I do want some of these craftsmen, which is actually kind of relevant. I think I'll take perfectionist. I think we'll take these 4. It's fine. Like, I don't mind Overwatch. I think Overwatch is actually kind of fun to play, but let me rephrase. I liked playing Overwatch when it was a 4v, or when it was a 6v6 game. As soon as they became 5v5, I immediately stopped caring. I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm done. Bye. And I wish I was joking, but that's legitimately how I approached it. I was like, I just didn't care anymore. And I think a lot of people I knew just straight up didn't care either, because that's not the game they signed up for, right? And I remember too, like, one of the big problems was when they transitioned to a 5v5 system. One of the biggest issues was the game, like a lot of players and their teams, were playing the game around it being a 4v, a 6v6 experience, right? And by not having a 6v6 experience anymore, it's like, hey, they have to now pick and choose a sacrifice because they can't have that many players anymore. And it's a little tragic and unfortunate in that regard. So I do think it's kind of funny, but yes, it is very tragic that Overwatch is just not the game that it used to be. I think it was fun at one point. I don't think it's nearly as fun today. Can I rotate? Can I flip this, or is this one directional? I think it's one directional. Put a fire tender here, should be fine. Yeah, I do think that they found it really funny that I do find it funny that they rolled back from Overwatch 2 very quickly. And I'm not even terribly surprised by this at all. Like, let's be real. There was no way they're going to keep maintaining Overwatch like that for a long time. I need to find a way to fix our food issues. Like, we're starving to death and we have no logs to turn into fuel. Okay, so I think what I need to do, where's the planks? Hold on, I know what I need to do. Where's the sawmills? I need to sort my industry out. Turn this off. Turn off the sawmill. I do not need sawmills because all they do is make planks and I don't need this many planks. Let's fix that. I need to get some houses too. Okay, that should be enough. My industry here is a disaster, by the way. Don't look at it. It looks terrible. We need additional houses. So I do want to make more of these plank row homes if I can fit more. So we have these plank abodes. And we have a shortage. Oh, we may need to start a new run immediately, by the way. I think this is going sideways very quickly. I don't even have enough logs to make more houses. Wait, hold on. Let's see. I do need to sell a decent chunk of the planks, so let's sell a chunk of these. Because I need the bouillons. The bouillons I can sell for other things later. Hello, Comrade Graven. How are you doing? I saw you hanging around, I think, in Irish Fighters chat earlier. No, we're not going to do the Timberborn map again. Oh, there's another Whisker ship. Do we just take more people right away? Take you. I can't accept these people. All right. So we have 26 new victims, and I need to find a way to feed and house all of them, and there's not enough work nearby. Okay, so... Oh, I did have charcoal furnaces. They were all the way over here. It just wasn't enough. We don't have enough wood. We don't have enough food. The berries are going to take... Oh, we need to grow wheat. That's right. We need wheat. We need bread. How do I grow wheat? This is going to be so bad. Yeah, we may not survive this at all. That's all I'm gonna say. We may not survive this run quickly. I'm starting to think this run is starting to fall apart very, very fast, and it may or may not be my fault and my desire to quickly, rapidly expand at the cost of not having enough food to properly feed everyone, as is the case in a lot of my runs, and so I am being punished for my own mistakes. So we'll handle this as we come across this. Okay, so I want to grow wheat. Okay, so this is surprisingly good enough for wheat, for the most part. Do wheat, like, here. Yes, exactly. It's the game's fault that I'm starving to death. It's totally not my own fault and my own ineptitude causing this. How are you doing, Akabi? Hopefully you're having a good evening. How do I get rid of this? How do I delete a field? Okay. There's no bulldoze button. Oh, here we go, bulldoze. Okay. I would like to bulldoze. I can't bulldoze this field for some reason, and I don't know why. How do I fix this? How do I shrink this? I can't? Can you wait, what is happening? Why can't I adjust this? Is this just stuck? Anyways, yeah, so my biggest issue with like Overwatch again was when they pivoted to a 6v6, I just stopped or when they pivoted to 5v5, I stopped caring. It was fun, and they also changed a lot of my characters that I like playing. I'm not gonna lie, I was a Bastion main, and when they completely changed how Bastion played, I was like, I'm done. I don't really care anymore. That's the honesty of it all. I was just like, well, if my primary characters are not the same, why would I play this, more? And so that's kind of partly why I stopped playing Ogre Watch. It just was not the same game. You've been playing Pal World? I heard a lot of people are enjoying Pal World a lot. I'm kind of tempted to do a Pal World community server. I just haven't decided that's a thing that I will do yet. I think there's some desire for it, but I'll need to decide if that's something that I want to commit to. Right, I was a filthy Bastion main, and I am proud to admit it. I loved playing Bastion. Bastion was like my favorite character. Okay, I loved doing nothing more than hanging around and just like when I used to play a lot of what's that one mode called? Yesterday, did you send me something? No, she didn't. Okay, she's just throwing things for the sake of throwing things. Okay, we probably need to throw. Oh gosh, we don't have logs. We are we're starving to death pretty badly. Problem is that the wheat's gonna take some time to grow, and a lot of the other crops are gonna take a bit of time as well. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to grow what we need in time. Yeah, a lot of them are starving. 43 people are starving, and our approval rating is absolutely cratered. Beyblade meta. Or do you remember goat meta? That was the craziest thing that I remember too. Everyone was always going on about how bad goat meta was in the day. If you don't know what goat meta was, back in the olden days of Overwatch, there was a thing called goat, which I don't know what it stood for, but basically the idea was a concept of you just ran with like 3 tanks and 3 supports, and you didn't play a single DPS, and that's how you win every single game ever. It was super dumb. I remember seeing it and I was like, this is stupid, but the fact that it works is very, very funny. I need another forager hut. I think I need to move this one over here for the time being until I can figure out like where else I can dump this. You're gonna play what is it called? Survival Crafters? Why? I don't like playing Survival Crafters. Survival Crafters aren't my jam. I like other games. I like strategy things. Strategy make the brain feel good, and that's why we play strategy games all the time. Oh, people died. Oh boy, people are dying because I'm running out of food. Okay, let's take whichever one has a lot of food. This one has hardtack. We'll take this one. Oh, another one died. Oh no. Oh my god. I think this run might be dead. I guess there were too many changes that happened that I wasn't aware of, because, as you might notice, everyone's dying of starvation, which is very bad. Yeah, I don't think I didn't know how to adjust to the new changes. Maybe we should start from scratch. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I think that was the problem. I didn't do enough. And so now everyone's dead, and they're sad. Now, yeah, we don't have enough food to feed everyone. We don't have enough logs either. Yeah, I think I should have progressed faster in the energy, because like here's my logic. I'm trying to figure out, like, so like for example, once you can get the soup kitchen, the amount of food you can get is crazy, right? So 2 berries, 1 fuel, and 5 water equals 5 berry soups, right? Compare that to something like, and even wheat is kind of nuts too. 1 wheat turns into 5 flour, 2 flour turns into 5 bread, which means a single unit of wheat converts into, what is that? Let's do the math real fast. So a single unit of wheat turns into 5 flour, which 2 flour, so essentially 2 wheat turn into 10 flour, which equal 25 bread. So 1 wheat is essentially 12.5 breads, which is crazy. That's actually an insane return on your investment if you can get the infrastructure set up for it. And I think the problem is that we didn't have the infrastructure, because to do this, you also needed a water pumping available, and you need. Maybe we should just start from scratch. I feel like it's just easier. Well, or we could just try to recover. Let's see if we can recover. We do need to bury them though, and I think they're all gonna be bad if I don't bury their dead. So let's see. All right, we can build a grave. I think I had graves somewhere, but I'm gonna need oh yeah, this is how many people are dead now. Oh, that's not good. Let's just add more graves. There's a lot of graves that I'm gonna need. Oh no. All right. Oh, Drunken Wafer and Dark Pika was like some of the earliest deaths too. Oh my god, and see, the tax collector's already here. They want money, and I'm like, I gotta just give them what I got. I can give them a bunch of Builons, which is enough to maybe keep them happy, but I need to give them a little bit more. Still maybe leave me alone. I can't afford to give them anything else. So I think we just give them enough to make them not super smudge. Okay. One's banished. I mean, banished isn't supported anymore, right? Like, I know the game basically just doesn't exist. I can't take any more whiskers. I need more food. Like, we're already trying to fish as much as we can out of here. It seems like the fishing... Yeah, so I think you can have, like, a certain amount of fisheries. You can't just keep all the fisheries in one area. I think as long as you spread them out, it's okay. So, the other problem is we need more logs, and our tree cutters don't want to go all the way up there, unfortunately, for some reason. So, until I can keep just getting more constant logs, I need to build more tree cutters. Like, these will take a while to grow. Yeah, I think there's definitely ways I can fix it. I'm pretty sure I can salvage this. I'm gonna try to salvage this. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure this is a salvageable run. If you believe in me, this is salvageable. If you don't believe in me, then honestly, fair enough. But I think what I gotta do is, since we have enough logs, I quickly gotta slam down some stairs, and then this one's gonna go here. Then we gotta go bing, bang, bang, bong. Oh, we ran out of logs again. Okay. Yeah, I think this can be salvaged. Let's play Command and Conquer and release. I don't know if I'm gonna play Command and Conquer on the release order. Also, should we do a Pal World community server? I think there's some interest in it. So that's why I'm considering it. But we'll have to see. Okay, so we fixed the food problem. Cannot reach a destination. Okay. All right, don't worry, Ray. We'll play it too. Okay, then I gotta put the remaining dead people here. So the problem with the graves is that they will never go away. Like, they are just gonna eat up space forever. And that's kind of the problem. Thrombooty supremacy. Why does everyone... I love the Thrombooty emote, I'm not gonna lie. It's such a fun emote. God, I have like no money and we're just like... we're barely treading water right now. Like, we are starting to recover. I'm gonna need this one. I think I can get by without taking the food supply. Okay, then just dump 3 fishers in here. Stone cutter's fine. I need the other stuff badly. Pathing problem. I don't know who's got the pathing problem. It doesn't say who's got the pathing problem, which is annoying. Okay. And I think what we'll do here as well is I can probably just at least add additional staircases so we can get to this giant stack of wood. I was kind of hoping to keep this wood up here because it kind of looks nice, but I think at this point it doesn't matter. We need them to be able to access the trees and start ripping and tearing them apart. Okay. You believe in Thrombooty? I think a lot of people believe in the Thrombooty supremacy. Okay, so then we need to make them... Okay, so mine shafts are marked nearby. So those must be just out of range. So I think if we go Z, V, V, V. Okay. But I did mark it. Is this not close enough? Does they have to go deeper? How does this work? Okay, so I think I might need to move this mining camp down here. I think they just refuse to work because it's not deep enough. Let's see, if I put it over here, will they work there? They can't path there. Oh my gosh, wait, really? Okay. Interesting. So you would need a ladder. Otherwise, you need stairs in order to be able to get them down there. That's interesting. So that's part of the problem. Okay, so let's fix this. We gotta fix our pathing. I didn't realize this was like a required, which is actually super annoying because this was not at all my intent on how to do this. So now I have to kind of finagle this into functionality. And then... God, I have to... God, this is so annoying. Then rotate this until we can get all the... Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how deep I went. I don't have enough logs. Oh, there we go. So there we go. There we go. I think once you like reach a certain distance, they can start digging. Okay, that's super weird. What I'll do is I'll put like a small path, like a bridge here, and then they'll be able to start digging out that entire underground area. I did not realize how that works, but that is super annoying. So, anyways, yeah. Bridget caused meta... Oh, that's right, yeah, Brigit was like super busted, right? I do remember that part, and everyone hated it. And that's kind of why Overwatch just kind of like fell out of favor. And didn't they also kill the Overwatch League at some point? They're like, hey, we're not supporting the league anymore, bye. And I was like, wow, that sucks if you really like Overwatch. I think we just sell them more cut stone. I don't want to sell them all the cut stone. I need enough to get like 9 bouillons, 200. Okay, I think that's fine, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some stone cutters to start working. We don't have enough super whiskers available. We could get more whiskers now, which I think would be fine. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. Oh, no. I pressed the wrong button. Shoot. Well, that's awkward. I may have pressed the accept everyone button, which is a little awkward. So now I guess we're just grabbing everyone. Also, these guys don't have... Oh, these guys have just been not doing anything the whole time. Okay. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, let's order... Let's order a lot of work to be done. I need... See, that's potash and that's stone. There's iron here, so why don't we just dig underground completely? Nothing's stopping us from doing this. Go, my beautiful mice, and get cracking. I want to see this pit turn into a beautiful cacophony of nothing, like hollowed out nightmare. Don't forget this bonus. There's Overwatch 2 and Axel 1. I mean, that was a big reason why a lot of people stopped playing too. Yeah, because they were like, hey, you like Overwatch 1? What if we just completely got rid of everything you loved about Overwatch and made it Overwatch 2? And I think the only main thing was they got rid of, like, they just changed how monetization works, right? Like, they got rid of, what did they do? They removed the, bloody, what's it called? They got rid of the loot boxes, right? And they replaced it with, like, the battle pass system, or like you have to buy the skins direct instead of being able to gamble for them or something along those lines. And that's so, but it was people found out that it essentially made them more money, or they had to spend more money to get what they wanted, or something along those lines is what I remember vaguely. Let's get rid of these. We don't need this. I think too many of these is just a problem. How do I get rid of this? Bulldoze. Bonk, bonk. Get those materials back. Oh, that's right. Yeah, May doesn't free... yeah, they changed so many characters. Like, again, they changed how Bastion played, and that was kind of the big reason why I stopped caring. Because, again, I am a filthy Bastion main, and I wanted to have Bastion play a certain way, and they changed that, and I was like, well, I guess I don't care anymore. So that was part of the reason why I literally stopped caring. You know, we could probably add more houses up here, I just realized, later on. This is a fairly... Furnaces running around the clock is just not enough. I need more trees. I might need another, woodcutter. May's original playstyle was toxic. I don't think it was that toxic. I think it was just a different thing that people weren't necessarily fond of, I guess the best way to describe it. I thought May's playstyle was fine. I think old Overwatch had really fun mechanics, but maybe I'm just a weird gamer boomer who thinks that anytime something changes, it's just like ruining something that I love and hold dear, even though it's not really doing anything like that. It's just more, I like the old days. I yearn for the olden days. That's, I think, why they're making League Classic, because they know there's a lot of League boomers who are like, yo, League Classic, hey, get the homies back on League. We're going back to play League of Legends. And I'm not gonna lie, I am falling for that nostalgia bait garbage for League of Legends. As much as it pains me to say it, I am very much like that. Ooh, League Classic, you say? Tell me more. And it's so cursed. And I know Ray would be like, no, don't play League. And I'll be like, but I can't. I have to. Yeah, exactly. It's rose-tinted brain rot, and I unfortunately am suffering from said brain rot. Okay, so we are actually fixing our approval, which is great. Hey, listen, as long as you're playing League in appropriate amounts, it's totally safe, right? Totally safe. Just, you know, don't play it too much. You know, like what we were mentioning before, it's like a drug. You have to just be very careful with how much drug you consume, and then you'll be okay, right? That's how this works. If you're careful with how much drug you consume, you will be fine. Oh, gosh. Oh, hey, look, the taxman's back. All right, hey. I guess we'll give him the gold bouillons to get them to shut up. I do need to fix my approval with them a little bit, but I don't want to give them that many gold bouillons. I guess if I give them all of it and I slap down some extra cotton, they'll probably be happy. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. +2 is okay. Gotta keep them happy. The Claw delegation will speak to you soon. That's why you went back to FF11. Hey, look, at least 11. Actually, I've never played 11, so I can't really say if it's a good game or not. As long as you're enjoying... Oh my god, look at that pollution cloud. It's so bad. Holy moly. There's so much pollution. It's so nasty. We take this one. We are stabilizing a little bit, but it is summer, and I need to maximize our crop yields before summer, finishes up, which is probably going to be the hardest part. We have a lot of wheat, but I actually don't have a way to convert the wheat into usable stuff yet. Gift supplies, stowaways, breads, cut stones and planks, tin ore and stone. I think I take this one. Give me the breads and spices. Oh, I get one more. Give me this. Give me the stone and planks. That's probably fine. Okay. Each of these trees are worth about 5, which is fine. We'll probably need to replant those trees at some point. That's okay. We got to get the bread system up and running, so I need to figure out where I want. I think we can put the bakeries out here, honestly, and it probably would be fine. The other thing too is we do have a we have a single cafe. Yeah, why don't we get like a bakery, like a small, like we already have the wheat over here. Why not just turn this into a bakery and just kind of make this like a lot of our food production area? Because for a bakery, as long as you have the prerequisites, which is what? Need a mill. Oh, we haven't researched bakery yet. Wait. Oh shoot. You know why? Because we don't have any copper. Our research is actually stalled because I straight up don't have any copper. 20 years. I mean, yeah, it's just like how people say Rome Reborn. Rome Reborn only gets good after X amount of time. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'd like to play 11, but it's also just like not a thing I'm terribly interested in doing at the current time, because boy gee howdy, that just sounds like an absolute disaster waiting to happen. Okay, so we're gonna go here. I think what we have to do is I really need to get elevators, but I really need the bakery before winter starts, because wheat is going to be our primary food source, I think, once we reach a certain point. So how do we get down here faster? Staircase. I mean, we could probably just do like a chain of these as we continue digging down. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, I got it. So we have this. We're gonna dig out. Okay, I'll keep that one there. I want to dig out the rest of this. Should be fine. And then we'll continue digging out more as we go down, as I require more and more of my beautiful copper. By the way, there is a lot of underwater resources, I think, but this game does go pretty deep. I think you don't get a lot of resources once you reach a certain point in depth, but there's a lot. A lot of it's actually question marks, so it could just be straight up hidden. We just don't know. We have to just slowly expand and find resources. It's like you're playing Dwarf Fortress, just in the form of mice for some reason. Because this is what the kids are into nowadays. They're very mice coded. Yeah. I am playing the game on speed 10. If it's a little too fast, let me know, and I can maybe crank it down to speed something else. Oh, they want stuff. They can have... I don't really have... I have to give them machinery. I don't want to give them machinery, but I don't really have a choice right now. I'll take 2 cannonballs. They'll basically just blow up 2 buildings, and they just have to be rebuilt, and that's really all we can do. I will take 2 whiskers. I think we'll take this one, and that's it. I will refuse the rest of them. Carry on. I want only the finest of whiskers. I will not take... I don't think the game can even go that slow. If you know of a game where I can go play at that stupid slow speed, let me know. Although I think that's just called real life, because real life is painfully slow. So, you know, if you want to play real life, that's an option too. Oh my gosh, I really have just turned this into an abomination. How deep can I go, actually? God, no, I'm not gonna. You see, I am a self-respecting individual. As much fun as I joke about me being a disaster when it comes to RimWorld, I have standards. I do want to keep my game, playable. I like being able to play my video games, I've seen some people's mod lists, and I'm always surprised when they're like, yeah, so anyways, my mod list is like 100,000 mods, and they all do different things, and it's all just like random content that just adds nonsense to the game. I'm like, all right, it's cool, buddy, but are you actually able to play the game, or are you just doing this to see if you can try to play the game? I think I need to hire another mouse here just to try to make this a little better. Okay. At the very least, I know that the colony's surviving, even though everyone's housing and food is a little messy. We don't even have clothing. Oh, we have One person who doesn't have a bed yet. Okay, we gotta get more housing. Yeah, so slowly but surely, I think we'll be able to survive. I think we are stabilized, which is great. But I need a little bit more stabilization as well. Rotate this. There we go. A beautiful set of townhouses here. So at peak, I think it was at like almost 120. I think I need the machinery. Take this one. Because the problem is, like, there's so many people that want your money, and it's so annoying having to deal with everyone and their individual needs that they need to try to get resolved. Which in ruins. Storage shed. Should be repaired soon. But right now, my biggest issue, surprisingly, is I just don't have enough logs. Like, legitimately, I cannot get my hands on enough wood. To the point where it's actually becoming a problem. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Now, I can so I think what I'm going to do is we need to regrow the trees here. We're going to have to basically regrow the trees and chop them down as we use them, if that makes sense. So we're gonna need more farmland here just to kind of maximize our tree yield, because I did not realize how bad the trees were. So yeah, we're gonna definitely have to finagle this a little bit. How do I get rid of this? I don't know how to shrink this, and this is really annoying. See, like, I can't shrink the growing fields. Oh, I guess, is it configure? No. See, I don't know how to get rid of this. And it's not explained anywhere either. Also, if the music's too quiet, let me know. Oh, pollution view. Yeah, I don't know how to fix this. What is happening? Hello, Zero. How are you doing, comrade? Do I have to just use the tool again? I don't understand. Oh, we have to hold shift. Okay. That's super annoying. Okay, so hold shift and then I think that's fine. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put down another farmhouse here. I think what I'm doing right now I might be doing a little too late, so I'm trying to adapt as fast as I can. Obviously with it approaching summer, it means our options are becoming a little bit more limited, but we're gonna have to try to fix this. You beat Dust Front Max. Oh, that's the RTS, right? I've been wanting to try the demo for it. Did you enjoy the demo of the dust fronting? Hopefully you did. It's on my list of things that I will play at some point. Okay, so far so good. Everyone's got a house. Some people have poor quality sleep, but that's okay. They'll survive. I need the copper more than anything, so that's why I'm like super punching hard for copper. I do need the smuggler. I need access to... I think I just saw a bunch of the planks. Maybe not all the planks. I need enough to get a few bouillons. That's probably fine. I think it's pronounced bouillon. That's fine. Because I can trade that to the pirates later, so the pirates will leave me alone. Oh, this one's not even rebuilt yet. I gotta rebuild the other one. It's weird how it's not automatic. Oh, hey, look, the tax collector's here already. Great. We have enough cotton that I probably can just give them some of the cotton for now. Just until they leave me alone. That's fine. Just need them to leave me be. Pathfinder troops get stuck. But overall, you thought the game was fun? I might need to give it a shot. It does look like a lot of fun. Okay, they should start planting trees next cycle, which should allow us to at least expand our fields. We should be getting a lot of wheat soon. Just need to store the wheat somewhere, so I might need to make another storage. Yeah, we need more storage here. Just realized that is a problem. So with all this... Oh, actually, I can just put this... Ooh, perfect. I can plant this right here. And then disable all the inputs until I can reorganize what's in there, and that should be fine. Something is the pathfinding stuff. I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of RTS games, if they don't know what they're doing, the pathfinding's always one of the biggest issues. The biggest problem in any RTS game is always... Oh, shoot. Swift. Oh, I'll take you. Craftsman Thoughtful. I'll take that one. That's perfect. Okay, get rid of the rest of them. Yeah, that's always generally a problem in a lot of RTS games. It's pathfinding and also enemy AI, and sometimes your own AI. You ever played Total War? Pathfinding in that game gets a little wacky sometimes, and you just kind of learn to deal with it. I need one more house. Surprisingly, don't have enough houses in this colony. I would like... So we're going to send Kefir to get educated, to become a craftsman. Since we haven't a lot of spares, why don't we send 2 to get educated, and that'll be fine. And then let's get another house built. I want to get to the point where I can just decorate the houses without running into too many problems, but again, the lack of wood is such a huge issue. Turn it up and running. Like, we actually have so much food right now because our fishing is kind of, surprisingly enough, being normalized now that the fishing docks are far separated, so food should not be a problem. Oh my gosh, I saw Total War Warhammer 40k. I'm gonna play it. I will probably stream it on release against my better judgment, but I think it'll be fine. I think as much as we're joking about it, I don't think it's gonna be that bad of a game. My biggest issue is obviously creative. What's the company that owns them? Games Workshop. Yeah, Games Workshop's kind of a dick. So that's really the biggest issue you run into with these games, is like having to deal with Games Workshop and their own insanity of trying to make sure they have total 100% absolute control of their IP. And if they don't have control of their IP, they will throw a hissy fit, and they are really annoying and obnoxious about that. So that's a them problem. We still aren't getting enough logs. I think I need honestly, I might need another woodcutter. And these are gonna take a while to grow too, right? Yeah, I don't know how long these will take to grow, but I'm fairly sure I will need another woodcutter around here. Oh wait, I turned off the crop fields here. Yeah, it's fine. Perfect. And then once did that other one get built yet? Because again, what I wanted to do was I want to start setting up a so I want this to allow access to wheat specifically, and we'll just maximize the wheat. I want this thing to only hold wheat because we're gonna be farming up all that wheat soon, and we gotta be able to turn that into other things. Stardust fan film. God. Yeah, there's that too. Like I said, I actually have been playing. I actually did get into playing Space Marine 2 recently, and I don't know 40k lore that much. I need to be very honest. I really don't know 40k lore that much. At the very least, it's at least a somewhat enjoyable experience running around and pretending like I'm a god and just beating the ever-loving daylights out of, you know, Tyranids and the hordes of chaos. That's a lot of fun, I'll tell you that much. So, okay, so I think... Oh, I remember I remember what I've been doing. So, the easiest way to make sure you can pay your debt to the cats is you just grow an unholy amount of cotton, and you just send them all the cotton that they want, because I assume they're turning the cotton into cat toys and things along those lines. Oh, trust me, you're not the first person to have been like, so you would like to know more 40k lore? I don't mind learning 40k lore. I'm generally fond of the... Like, I like human lore. I don't care too much about the other factions. They're kind of just whatever. Yeah, it's yarn, probably. Okay, so hold on. We fixed our fuel problem. Our housing issue is almost resolved. We just need this last one to be built out. This needs 34 planks is actually kind of a lot. Okay, so our housing problem is fixed. These camps are idle. Okay, so this one needs more work. Okay. Let's see. Could just keep digging this pit deeper, which is probably what we'll do. I think the fine solution for now is just keep digging deeper, keep making the pit pittier until the game no longer desires to be a bigger pit. Just keep pitting it out, and that should be fine. Oh, they won't go down that far. Interesting. So there's like a max, I guess, distance that they're willing to go deep into, which is super interesting. I did not realize that's how that worked. Oh, I don't think I didn't mark it correctly. Oh, okay. I think this has to go down. And then I would like to just more or less dig this out here, maybe just kind of see what we find. Yeah, the mice are gonna be master miners at some point in time. And it's not, again, this is not an ideal situation, especially as we are approaching autumn, which is harvest season. And I have not had a chance to even expand our, well, food production, which is a bit of an issue. This needs a forager, and this one's gonna need some woodcutters. So at least we have woodcutters. Okay. I need like at least another bouillon. What we do need to do, especially as we need more cotton, I will need to start converting the cotton into other things, like essentially weaving the cotton into useful materials, which is not something we've been doing yet. We have a flax spinner, which turns flax into ropes, which is great, but unfortunately we don't have much flax going on. I have no idea what we actually have sitting around. We have some flax, we need more. Unfortunately, our flax crop is very tiny. Basically, what I need is more. I need more. Okay, let's research. We're gonna research a soup. Oh wait, we can't. We need to research water pumping, and then we can research the soup kitchen. So basically, we are hard gated by the lack of copper in the colony, which is surprisingly annoying to deal with. So I know the copper's on this island, so we gotta just kind of order them to keep digging. Okay, so I'm out of wood again, which is annoying, but I need to keep going down. See that? You see that green thing? That's what we call copper. We gotta keep going and keep getting more copper. So there's like a max distance these mice will go down, which is kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? Because again, we don't need iron, we just need copper. Copper's our gate. I will say my favorite thing about Warhammer 40k is I love the Astra Militarum. I think it's like my favorite thing, where it's like, oh, these are just dudes and they're trying to just not die. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that the game's just like, anyways, so here's a bunch of dudes and they're just trying to not explode while they're dealing with, you know, being just plain humans in a land of just pure unmitigated suffering. There's a lot of people who unironically think 40k would be a great universe to live in, and I'm like, you people are insane. 40k is probably like one of the worst timelines you could probably want to live in, and it's just like, yeah, maybe you don't want to live in the timeline where everything is like on the verge of societal collapse every 5 seconds because things are happening. Yeah, I would not want to live in the 40k universe, is my honest opinion, and I think most sane people probably have the same opinion. Why would you live in the 40k verse? Okay. What is... Oh, wait, hold on. I do need to put heaters here, right? I don't know where all of our heaters are, so I'll just put them down when we need them. We should have a fire tender here, right? I'm pretty sure I put one. Yes, we did. Okay, fantastic. We'll need to get more charcoal. We are stockpiling for winter, which is great. So hopefully when winter arrives, we'll be good to go. Reading comprehension down the train. It's not even just reading comprehension. I think there's just people who unironically are like, the God Emperor of mankind, you have my sword. I will fight for you until the day, you know, we die, or something like that. We'll take this. That's fairly cheap. I do need the machine parts, actually. We'll take the machine parts. The Garber's Chapless Siaphus Kane. I don't know who that is. I assume it's a character, a very important character that matters little to me because I don't know who that is. God, maybe I do need to research elevators. If I got an elevator, I'd need ropes, and I need to figure out how to... Oh, showers, luxury supplier. What else do we need? What else is here? Oh, a civic office. Oh, we already have the civic office, right? Which one of these is a civic office? I think it's, yeah, our approval's super good, which is great. You know what we should do? Let's throw in construction speed doubled. Builders gain 50% speed. I think that's fine. B junction, box servitor. I mean, the thing is too, like, everyone, like, there's a very high chance most of us in the 40k universe will just end up becoming nothing more than, you know, working in a factory on a hive world, and that's very much not exactly a fun living situation. Oh my gosh, do I have to give them the gold? Nope, just keep feeding them more cotton until they go away. Yep, that's enough cotton to make them go away. Yeah, we'd all be stuck on a hive world, and there wouldn't be anything we'd be able to do about it. Craftsman, oh, there we go. An educated craftsman. Okay. Oh, we just get a free schematic for the carpenter. I think I just take the free schematic. Yes, I would love that. Okay. I'm gonna replace this with a high-end individual who can now make additional characters scholarly, which is exactly what we want. Yeah, exactly. Do you want to become corpse starch? Do you want to eat nothing more than the pittance that is being provided to you by the God Emperor himself? Would you like some, what is that, canned human remnants turned into a pasty, delicious slop? I like eating canned meat, I won't lie, but canned meat is also not exactly a very tasty thing. Oh, we are running out of storage. Okay. Let's throw a small warehouse in here. Can I flip this over? I'm glad that they do have flipped versions, which is great. Actually, I have an idea. What if we flip this like that? I have an idea for this. We're gonna have to really move things around at a later point, but for the time being, it's okay. We just need this to function. But seriously, like, the sheer amount of, like, trees we're chopping down is just not nearly enough. And it's a little nuts. Oh, I have no builders. Okay. Awkward. All right, have a good night, Kahila. Thank you for swinging by. I hope you have a good rest. Also, hi, Drunken Wayfarer. Welcome back. I mean, it's still meat. It's just not meat that you would find to be tasty, right? Not everything's gonna be tasty in the, you know, in the 42nd millennia where the only thing people know is war. Yeah, war, war, war. Everything is just war. Oh, the pirates are here. All right, what do the pirates want? All right, if I give them 4 gold bullions, they'll leave me alone. I'm gonna, yeah, I think that's fine. That's a little overshot, actually. Fine. I would like them to leave me alone. I don't want to lose my buildings right now while we're trying to still function barely. Like, we're somewhat functioning here, but it's just still a little difficult. Like, we have a lot of wheat now, which is great. I love the fact that we have wheat. What we don't have is a way to convert the wheat into usable food yet, so we may need to start setting up the bakery. So we're gonna do exactly that. The bakeries do produce pollution, which is kind of annoying, but since this area is kind of polluted anyway, so it's not a big deal. Plus, I think it makes sense that you'd put the bakery near all this other food stuff. So put like a, we'll at least try to pretty up the bakery. We'll make like a bakery lane, something like this. Ooh, you know what? That actually doesn't look that bad. Yeah, bakery lane with a beautiful pathway. Ooh, hold on. I might be on. Oh, I might be onto something here. I might be a genius. Perfect. This music is quite comfy. I hope you're at least enjoying the music. We're actually using the default game music for once instead of me putting in some random music that I prefer at times. We may move this ore furnace out of the way, but I don't know. A lot of the people don't live here. They kind of live over here instead. They actually have stone shelters here. They actually have high quality living spaces with wonderful cafes that are just filled with food. We may need more cafes. Okay, so one of our problems is that all of our storage facilities are just completely full right now. We may need to fix this by getting more whiskers soon. We are approaching winter, so time is running out quickly for what we need. We may need to quickly research a large storage capacity, like a medium-sized warehouse. Conveyor belts would also be really nice too, because that would, being able to automatically move things around would be really, really handy and dandy. Not even watching the stream. I can't believe I'm being muted. I thought I was second or third monitor content. What I actually am is I am the background tab on your Twitch or on your Chrome or whatever browser you use, and you pretend that I exist sometimes, right? It's okay, I understand. I understand that my lot in life is to become your third monitor content. I get it. Don't worry. Someone has to be the third monitor content, and if that's my lot, then so it shall be. Okay, we actually have too many of these here. Okay. This woodcutter has no resource in range. Is the trees not reachable? Oh, those aren't actually reachable. That's funny. Yeah, second screen or quarter screen. I am just one of these screens. I'm just not the screen. That is my lot here. Put a pair of stairs here. Okay, so they should be able to get that uppermost layer of trees and start ripping that apart. Beautiful. I love to see it. Okay, and as we build more storage yards, these should start to fix itself. Except we don't have enough. I need the next one that comes with more whiskers to come by. I need more whiskers. We can feed and heat everyone, I believe, through the winter. I'm like almost 100% sure we can. So I just need to get through until we can get more whiskers in the next drop off. I don't think I give him anything. I wonder if the Norland game became any good. I don't know. I looked at Norland because I did get a key and I played it on stream one time. I thought it was okay, but it's not my cup of tea, quite frankly. Norland's okay as a game. Left corner is prime corner relative to the other key jangling going on. Wait, are you saying that I should be on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side? Oh my god, a whisker ship. All right, I need more victims. Whoever's the cheapest people. This one is a monarchist and is greedy. This one is strong shoulders. Content with life? Sure. Can't smell and diligent sounds amazing. Strong shoulders carries more. Explore, educated snores. Perfectionist and a swift individual. Yeah, sure. All right, that's fine. We'll take those. Oh, bottom left of your second screen. Oh, I'm even smaller than second monitor. I'm like the micro monitor. I see. It's okay. I understand. This is just my lot. I get it. Okay, I want one baker here, and then we'll get another baker over here too. We may need some logistics hubs to move things around because I think a lot of these are just super full on resources. Okay, so this one I wanted to store strictly. This one should be logs. How do I make this just store logs? Okay, so I think just marking it as log storage, those just start dumping logs in it. Okay, perfect. I get 70%. Hey, look, 70% is a good amount of real estate. I like that number. That's good in real estate business, I think. Okay, so put another one here. Oh, there's not enough qualified bakers. Oh, that's interesting. Is there like a way to mass adjust? Okay, so I think I have to basically go to every single one. Like for this one, I can probably reassign it. Okay, that's fine. And then that should allow me to move one of the bakers over here. No, I need an apprentice baker. An apprentice craftsman is what the bakery needs. And then you can kind of fill in with like a random person. Interesting. Okay, so we may need to educate some additional... I'm gonna start educating some of them. Yeah, we'll educate a few to become skilled craftsmen. I think that'll be a good idea. Oh, we need more houses. I forgot about that. Especially as winter's approaching, we may need to make sure, you know, we have proper accommodations. So this area has more or less turned into generic housing block. I don't necessarily want to keep making it as tall like this, but it's kind of starting to turn into that. And I'm just going to roll with it for the time being. Where is my earthworks? We're going to move this thing over here. I need like one person on this thing. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in like some of this area here. I want it to kind of look complete. Now, I don't know which one this is, though. We need to figure out how water works. Especially as we start setting up the soup kitchen. Masonry. What's stone wall? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the dirt. Earthwork tools. Here we go. We'll drop okay, so we'll add stone. So it'll dump stone on there, and we gotta pay our taxes again. I mean, we can make a hive city. If you wanted a hive city, you should play City Skylines. You can make a hive city in that. I'm not even joking. You can do all sorts of crazy things in City Skylines. Whatever your heart desires, it can be done. Okay. We're gonna need more farmers soon. I can already sense it. All this flax here will need to be chopped up. There's 20 cotton there, 55 there. I think we actually don't have enough farmers. Okay, yeah, I'll take the schematic. I will always take the schematic every time because the schematic is just one less thing I have to research because we already have a bajillion things that need researching around the clock. Oh, that's interesting. So farmers actually do work on the... So trees are considered farm crops for some reason. That's so interesting. I thought you would need a tree cutter for this, but no, farmers actually are the ones that chop down the trees on the tree farm. That's really weird. I did not know that. I do not have enough houses. I did not realize I needed this many houses. Oops, okay. We are running into a problem where I did not build enough houses. I have enough planks, so it's fine, but can I stack these? The problem is I don't know how to get to the uppermost floor. This would be 2 steps up, right? This seems dumb. Because now I have to find a way to set up a staircase to get up there, which I'll probably just use this one. No, you probably have to put it like... Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on, I have an idea. Wait a second. What do you mean entryway's blocked? Oh, wait, I'm a fool. Okay, hold on, I see. I see what I'm doing wrong. So the way this is supposed to work is that this entry is here. So then you need to loop around it. Top of you pull the button and the whole thing went up in flames. Have you heard of this really cool invention called air conditioning? I think you'd really appreciate this thing called air conditioning. Have you considered investing in the air conditioner economy? Oh shoot, that's not good enough. Nope. Because part of the problem is that this needs a plank path that's like up here to get access to all of these. So something like this, and then I need to find a way to get up there. Oh wait, hold on. I can just finagle this. Ooh, this is so stupid, but it's beautiful. Hold on. Kind of loop this there, and then we can add a plank path like that. Love it. Okay. This is the worst apartment block ever. AC's illegal? Wait, what do you mean it's illegal? They haven't banned air conditioning from where you live. Is this fake news? Is this pretty? I don't know if it's pretty. It functions. I do like how the roof is dynamic though, like how the roof like splits in half automatically. Let's make this at least a little prettier so I don't have to look at how ugly this is. Let's see. Oh, I did add a lot. I did add some stuff. Add like a trellis, like here. Just kind of drag this across. Ah, look at that. We got some beautiful, you know, a little bit of like a privacy fence type deal, and we can put in. What else do the kids like? What else the kids are into? Ah, hanging gardens, such as these. Interesting. Okay, now I need to make this look a little less ugly. We also do need to start putting down these claw visages, which I guess if I don't put them, the game is part of our quest line. I have to put like 8 of these down. So unfortunately, I have to put 8 of these stupid statues, which are... I don't want to obey them, but for the time being, in order to maintain the peace, I will listen to what these darn cats demand of me. Oh, yeah, I'll gift a teacher, consider it, and take... That's it. I don't take any more. I still need more houses, so we gotta really build these out ASAP. So thankfully with 3 workers, that should be enough to at least get something done. But again, it's gonna take a little bit before everything is built, which is kind of a problem. We have enough wood to last us at least through the season, and we definitely have enough fuel and food, I think. Now, the wheat hasn't been turned to food yet. Primarily because I realized I made a bakery, but I kind of forgot the other part about the baking. There's a thing called a mill that you kind of need to turn wheat into flour, so we may need to put that over here as well. Hopefully this doesn't require anything. Oh wait, can I stack them? Ooh, wait a second, hold on. I kind of like this actually. You stack the windmill on top of the bakery? I think that looks kind of sick actually. Hold on. We might be cooking with this, as the kids say. Hold on, I want to see how this looks. Oh yeah, I need to put stairs there. We need a pathway, obviously. So you could probably do something like this. Ooh. You know what? I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. You can even add some decorations to make this not look terrible. Let's see. Do I have any moss? Tall walls. I can add walls. Fairy lights. I don't really know how fairy lights look. We'll find out in a bit. Or a lantern. Ooh, that actually doesn't look too bad. What else we got? Stone walls, mine shafts, bushes. Ah, a bench like that, so they can kind of sit there and enjoy. A lot of this is like just kind of cool decorative stuff. It doesn't really do anything, but it's neat if you're into it. Okay, so hopefully we get this bakery up and running ASAP. We don't have enough builders, by the way. One of our biggest issues is just we don't have enough. Take the bare minimum. And also, a lot of our people have to walk stupidly long distances, so we may need to also get a logistics center so we can maybe have some dedicated characters running around and filling in these, you know, logistic requests, because that's a lot easier than what we're currently doing. Okay, they still want more statues. I do need to use the restroom. I've been yapping for like nearly 2 hours, so it's about time that I probably do something about that. Oh boy. It is going to be winter, so I am kind of curious if I prepared enough for winter time. Shall we find out? Last day of autumn. I'll let the game run at 2x speed. I do need to use the restroom, so I will let you all... Hold on, let me slap out the remaining statues real quick. By the way, this statue is doing a really good job of startling the poor guys, which I don't really want, but I don't have a choice. Let's see, where is the statues? I need like more of these. So just put like the remaining that they want. They want like 4, so we can put one there. Always gotta threaten the local populace with the threat of utter extermination by cat. Because apparently we still work for the evil cat overlords, but eventually we'll get rid of them. Okay.
We claws are a humble race. We rarely make such uncouth demands.
Alright, they gave me tax credit. Great, so I can pay less taxes on the next tax cycle. Whatever I can do to survive. Sure, I'll take it. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let the game run for a bit while I go use the restroom. You can see a lot of the houses are starting to come together, which is great. I like how this housing block is coming out. I don't like how some of these other ones have turned out, though. Unfortunately, can't do much about that. Oh gosh, the taxes are here. What can I give them to make them go away? Cotton? I guess I just give them more cotton. Feel bad just giving away unholy amounts of cotton to make them leave, but it's the only way. All right, I'll let the game run about here. I'll be right back. It's about time to use the restroom. Hold on, let me do this one event. Okay, perfect. I will take you, and I'm only going to take 2 because I don't have enough people who can exist here. Okay. And we have a soup kitchen now. Okay, so one more thing before I disappear. Let's start researching either elevators, because I don't think we can actually do this one. This one, to get to rail systems, you need access to bronze, which we don't have. And I believe bronze is iron and copper combined. It's gonna require a lot of things we don't have access to. Maybe we do fabrics and then to clothing. Sifting tower allows us to convert coal into fuel. We're not really getting any coal right now. Wait, 1 coal turns into 21 fuel. Oh, that's nasty. We could also get stone homes, which are better overall. I think we do an elevator. I think an elevator would be super handy. Take the stowaways. Well, we'll find a spot for the stowaway. A stowaway will always have a place to live here. All right, I'll be back. Actually, I'll go use the restroom when the next day starts. How about that? I think it'll be a little better. I hope this is at least enjoyable. I know we play a lot of colony games, but every colony game I think has their own unique take on the genre, which I appreciate. Every colony game's unique. It's got their own little shenanigans that they try to used to be a little different from their competitors. Are they all perfect? Not really. Yes, we're gonna build a super elevator, and maybe I'm gonna build the greatest tenement for our wonderful micekin when I have access to the elevator. I'm pretty sure I could just make a giant tower and put like a 4-shaft elevator in the middle of it. And I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine and reasonable. And I'm totally not going to regret this. Okay, I'll be right back. Winter has started. I hope we can harvest our crops soon and we can have enough food to survive through the evil winter, which will be a very, very tough time. Yeah, this is very much a not... I need to emphasize again, this is not an optimized design. This is super, super messy and is just a somewhat barely functioning society as a whole. And I want to try to make this look nicer at some point. It is very haphazardly slapped together. Like, I need to emphasize, if you want to get to this weaver, right, you need to essentially move around this entire apartment block, go up like 2 floors, and then go down 1 floor just to get here. So it's a bit of a mess. Okay, I'll be right back. We can gawk at... How about somewhere around here? This is kind of a nice area. I will return momentarily. Good lord, I really wish I didn't get sunburnt yesterday. I was looking at my areas that were affected by the sunburn, and let's just say that it's the skin is peeling in some of them. I'm like, this is not fun. Ugh. This is what I get for not putting enough sunscreen. All I can say is if you're ever gonna go outside and enjoy the sun, make sure you put sunscreen on. Don't be like me. Be smart. Actually use sunscreen. Don't I dare peel. It's already too late. It's already too late. Sorry. It's already happening. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh shoot, are we not getting any copper from this? Oh, there's a little bit of copper there. We probably gotta dig out over there soon. I can't. It's that peeling feeling. It's like one of those things you just can't stop yourself from doing. Also, we probably need to dig this out here. We do need that coal at some point, so we'll just kind of dig this out here. Game's not letting me press the button. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so we are getting some approval, but right now the biggest issue is the clothing, and someone slept outside, which is also a problem. I will put cream on it, but it's mostly my nose. Don't worry, it's not that big of a deal, probably. Ah, yes, welcome to winter. It is cold. Amusingly enough, some of our crops, in fact, can grow in the winter, which is really weird, but it can happen, and so we're going to abuse that fact. Okay, here we go. We're gonna add bakers now. You know what? This is actually kind of cute. I like how this looks. Actually, where's our cafe? We should probably see. Okay, so I want to make sure everything is warmed up. I want to just check the temperature gradients. For the most part, every building that does need temperature is nice and toasty, which is great. I'm probably gonna put another. This one's a little too cold, so I think we do need a temperature, whatchamacallit, bonfire, somewhere around here. As long as we got enough fuel for this, that's all I care about. And I will take this. Oh, I want this one. I'll take I normally do. No, I will take the hot burning showers. The hot showers are what's the best type of shower. Okay, how does this work? Okay, so for a soup kitchen to function. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see. Let's add a. I need to organize this. This entire thing's a mess. First things first. Let's add a bonfire about here-ish, which is worse than. I mean, I'll just put some hydration tools on it. Isn't that the solution? You put some hydration thingy-mabobbers, and then it'll be fine and dandy. Okay. Let's build a soup kitchen. I don't know how this functions, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put a soup kitchen, because you also need a water pump, which means I need to actually extract water. Maybe what I need to do is we need to organize where certain things are going to be growing. So, for example, over here, realistically, is what I could do is I could probably set it up in such a way that we could grow berries here all year round. If we grow berries here year round, we can feed them into the soup kitchen, which will produce a large quantity of, well, soup, because 2 berries, 1 fuel, and 5 water become 5 berry soups. So maybe we could do something simple and plop like one of these down. And then I need to figure out how the rest of this works. So we need a water pump, which I really don't know how this facility works. So I guess we're gonna learn together. And I guess we'll see how this works, because then I've never seen. I don't know how this facility functions. But it seems like we can do a lot of like overhead shenanigan, and that should be fine. Okay. Oh my gosh, our food is like ripping apart very quickly. I think we actually don't have enough fish smokers, surprisingly enough, for everyone. We don't have any table salt either, which is kind of annoying too. We might need to start reorganizing our needs. If I was going to play City Skylines today, I will say I did have a plan where we were going to build a mountainside village. I was looking at maps of Japan to get some inspiration. I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing here. This might be a little too difficult, but it would have been at least a fun attempt at trying to do something different. Okay, so I need to make this area can be prettified. Why don't we add some... Ooh, we can add like a decorative tree. I kind of like this one. Ooh. Put like 2 trees there and maybe a few flower beds of various... Ooh. Wait, that actually looks really nice. This game makes it really easy to make pretty looking areas, I would say. Yeah, surprisingly, this actually doesn't look that bad. It's surprisingly what I want it to be. And you could probably start getting rid of these cat statues. I don't really want to keep these here. I do want to add more decorations whenever we can, just because it feels a little more appropriate. I don't think these do anything. These appeal to passing whiskers. What? Okay, what does that mean? Wait, you can put a message on this test. Oh, okay, so you can use that to like mark, I guess, specific areas of your colony so that you can remember, hey, this is where thing is, and I guess that just looks nice in general. Yeah, see, look at that. That's a lot of flowers that we're able to kind of put in and pretty up this whole region, and I think that's nice. We need more mine shafts to be marked out. I think we're just gonna dig this entire section out here. I see a lot of copper and other items. I think if I just order that, they'll just rip and tear into this. Eventually we'll probably we'll put a nice cover, a cap on it, and just kind of hide our environmental sins from the world so that none may ever see what horrifying things we've done. But for now, we can't really do such a thing, and we're just kind of worried about... I don't know, what do you mean you can't dig this out? Oh, you know what? Okay, I see. This area here will also require a bonfire, because this will keep these trees warm, which will allow them to at least grow. Exactly, we're unironically committing a fairly large amount of environmental sins, and I'd like to kind of fix it at some point. Where did I put the... Okay, we need to get more whiskers. I still think it's really odd that the whiskers don't breed. I always thought that was super odd. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, I think I see how this works. This is super weird. So you can see there's a pipe here, right? There's like pipe entrance. So I think what you can do is you can... Oh, that's weird. So I could fit a water pump, like actually like right here. It looks terrible, but you can. Or you can put it on top of the soup kitchen, actually, which would also be kind of a valid option. But this requires 5 copper bars, and guess what we don't have? Copper bars. Because we need more copper. Like, our entire colony is perpetually just gated by the fact that I don't have enough copper. And even as we continue to dig down and deeper into this cavern that I've more or less allocated for digging up copper, there's only so much copper you can find. And that's starting to become a bit of an issue, to the point where I might grab some of these other mine shafts, like this one here. And we're just gonna move them over here. They can join the underground rats and becoming part of the underground rat cult, I guess. And hopefully this will give them a space to work and a space to continue digging, because again, copper. Copper. We need copper. I need copper. This entire colony needs unholy amounts of copper to function. So, we'll let that do its thing for a while. I still don't know what area is having pathing problems. Okay, so then I need to find a way to pump. You know what? Maybe instead of getting the water tank right now. Nope, still needs copper bars. Okay, so we might need to stop researching after the elevators are done, until we can kind of build a stockpile of copper bars. At the very least, everyone is fed and everyone is content. That's a small blessing. Let's see. We don't have any quests. Don't really have anything here. I mean, at some point they'll probably... Oh, here we go. Whiskers use their spare time to make trinkets. Speed boosts from passing statues are increased and lasts twice as long. Mining speed is doubled. Don't really care about that one. Okay, most of these don't really matter. Content this. I mean, I could tell Twitch to clip that. You know what's funny? I did actually check my clips the other day, and Twitch actually did clip the part where I said, hey, Twitch do the thing, and it did in fact do it for about 30 seconds before and around when I said it, which is kind of interesting. I was like, I didn't realize that's a very cute little gimmick that they have available now. Is it a thing I'm gonna use? Not really, but it's a cute thought that, hey, this is a thing you can do now if you really care. Okay, I can't push up any further because right now there's no trees in range to grab. Unless I get rid of this, let's get rid of this one. That should give them a little bit of trees. I should be able to grab that one. We'll see in a second. Ah, we have too much wheat. Again, we're not able to process the wheat fast enough. Hello, Saba. How are you doing? Yeah, don't listen to me, Twitch. Don't listen to the great overlord. Listen to the other people instead, apparently. Can I add more? There's got to be I need better heating sources. A heating stove is probably the better option. Oh, campfires is the one that consume logs. Bonfires consume fuel. Okay, yeah, these don't have that much of a funny range of area. That's kind of the issue. See, that's the problem. You can see like the max range of these heating elements is a little limited. I think as you stack more of them on top of each other, it becomes a little bit better, which is fine. Don't worry, I will drink. I have a nice, beautiful cup of water that I need to keep consuming so I can stay hydrated and my skin can heal itself from the tragedy and abuse that it had endured. I can't believe my skin was abused. It's okay, we're fixing it bit by bit. Yeah, a lot of these mice are getting a little chilly. I will take the one with the gears. I need those. Ah, here we go. Okay, we have elevators now. So I want to see how elevators work. You must have an entrance which just needs planks and rope, and then you must build the shaft. That's it? Wait, hold on. Where should we build our first elevator? I think what I need to do is I need to get rid of this gigantic housing block here. This giant tenement is kind of an eyesore, wouldn't you agree? Should I not get rid of this thing? It's all the lowest quality housing, as it is just stone shelters. This is the lowest of the lowest. I think it's time that we upgrade our housing options to be a little better and offer more quality luxuries in life. Basically, we're going to start replacing the housing with either plank row home abodes like this, or we replace them with block houses. Okay, so block houses are... God, these are really big. These are... You can either do the row home, which is 5 cubes, or the block house, which is also 5 cubes. It's whether you want it vertical or horizontal. So it's really the question of, do we want the horizontal? I think... You know what? Let's try the big one. Hold on, I have an idea. Oh, I forgot I already have this. What if we try it here? Well... The problem is if I put all those workers over here, it's gonna take them longer to get to where they need to go, unless I start setting up slides where which they can use to get from point A to point B a little faster. So a slide will allow them to, say, go from up here. Let's see. If you have a slide that goes from here, you could then... Okay, so it seems like... Hold on, I just want to see how this looks. I've never used this yet. Okay, it's a very quick way to get down. It looks like you can go down about almost 1.5 floors worth. Something along those lines, but it's like a very speedy way to move about. This might be a valid option for us. If we were going to build a giant tenement, so anyone who lives on the upper floors can just kind of slide their way down. I think that might be fine, but I definitely want to get some of the rats out of here. No, I didn't. I actually stabilized our food and fuel problems. We're actually living fairly consistently right now, and it's not that we're not exploding. Before you ask, no, we're not exploding. I've done a pretty good job of keeping us alive. I know, a shocker, right? Oh, we need to fix the clothing problem too. I forgot everyone doesn't have any clothes. We need better clothes too. And this entire area is like super cold. Because again, if it's winter, as long as it's heated, you can keep farming crops. Which again is super weird to me. I don't know why that's a thing, but yeah. One of these here. And then let's quickly throw in... I need another thingy that makes fuel, which is in their factories. And another charcoal furnace for the charcoal furnace factories here, which surprisingly enough do actually provide fuel. So more workers for more working. Yeah, because these require a decent chunk. We could make this faster with fire tongs, but I don't have enough. And the main problem too is we are actually running out of machinery, so I need to make sure we have machinery. We're not self-sufficient yet. In fact, at some point we will run out of resources, which is my biggest concern. But for now, as long as they're willing to keep digging, I'm willing to keep... We're out of full storage here. Okay, I gotta just keep making more storage dumps. Okay, I hate doing this, but I don't have a choice. I just need more storage, so my solution is just keep pumping out more storage warehouses until we find a way to fix this. Is it the cleanest way to do it? Nope. But I am a master of tackling one self-imposed problem at a time, and so we're gonna do exactly that. Literally one step at a time and hope it's enough to fix everything. Okay, so I think we're good here. Next day. Winter's almost over, so we're approaching that. Taxes are getting very high, though. Ooh. Capital resource. I would, but I don't actually have a management office. You need, like, a specific building to cap that. And that management office, I think, is actually kind of down near the bottom. Or at least maybe it's the middle tech. Or maybe it's one here. Oh, so how are you doing, Waha? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Yeah, so I can't actually put a cap in, which is really annoying. Windsock, Coppersmith. Some of these definitely got added after I started playing. There's a raft dock here. One of the things they want to do is that they do want to give you, the player, an option to build your own boats eventually. Oh, I kind of want to take this island. What if we took this island over? What's in here? This island has salt, tin. Oh, we might actually have to take this island at some point because there's tin. We could oh, you know what? I have an idea. That actually might not be a bad idea. This is basically just... This is Dwarf Fortress, but just with mice. When you think about it. Right? Oh, you know what I forgot? I need fire tenders, and I have no idea where all my fire tenders are. Yes, if I put a fire tender hereabouts, it should be enough to kind of keep some of those operating. Because I see that one's operating. Yeah, you need a lot of fire tenders to keep this stuff operating at peak efficiency. You need firebenders. I mean, we could be firebenders. There's probably a mod where... Speaking of firebenders, I don't know if anyone ever watched... Okay, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? So in the original Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the main things that they do is that if you are a firebender, you can just spit fire out of your hands as long as you have the correct amount of energy or chi or whatever. For whatever reason, in the original live-action film by M. Night Shyamalan, they didn't do that. The only way they could make fire was they literally had to be... oh wait, there's a management office. I could have built this the whole time. Holy cow, I'm an idiot. Where can I slot this? I get rid of this plant here. It's probably fine. This is the thing that lets me adjust. Okay. Because you just watch it and you'll understand. Yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan movie, like one of the weirdest things about it is that for whatever reason, like I'm saying, the ooh, that actually doesn't look that bad. The firebenders don't actually create their own fire. They have to use fire from local sources, which is not at all how it works in the show, because I don't know why they did that. There's a lot of other weird things too, where a lot of the characters have to do like super weird fancy kung fu wuxia actions in order to actually do their bending skills, which is also nonsensical. No, in the TV show, they don't have to do that. They just make fire from nothing. Keep giving them cotton. The cats love the cotton, and I will keep feeding them cotton until they leave me alone. Wonderful. That is all of my cotton. No, it's definitely not. I've seen the show like a bajillion times. That's definitely not how it works. Give me the gears. I am running out of gears. Okay. Our industry is getting a little more ridiculous. Rations, scrap. Oh, I'm running out of fuel. I just realized. Holy moly. Okay, I need more hard workers here. Throw them in there. And throw the last one over here. Maybe make them a craftsman. They'll be more demanding, but it'll be okay. We are definitely running into fuel problems. I will say, like, with 3 fuel things, like, at the very least, we're going to get cotton 24/7. We are using fertilizer as well to kind of maintain fertility here, which is great. Not going to complain about cotton, because I need that all the time anyways. God, we rip through so much food. Oh, it just never ends. With the day, what's the day of the black sun? Can I slap down another... I would like a dining hall. I think we need more cafes. Are we at least manufacturing bread? Have we been making bread? Yes, we have been making bread. Fantastic. Okay, because if I did this right, yeah, we have a warehouse full of... we have a warehouse full of flour. We just need to be able to convert it into the things that we need. Basically bread. Okay, and now that we have copper bars, I'm going to experience the joy of making soup. So let's put a... I don't think this is necessary, but I'll put one down anyways. This is gonna look so bad. Okay. So this is supposedly how we're able to make... Okay, so I need... Oh, I need someone working here. And I need another whisker, so we'll just grab a few whiskers. I believe this one needs a craftsman, apprentice grade. Okay, so it's an apprentice grade individual. Okay, hold on. I don't have enough points to do this. That's really annoying. So I can't actually do that. That's rough. Hello, Christiana. How are you doing, comrade? Good evening. How are you? Whoa, look at that. A raid? Crazy. What were you playing, actually? Let's take a look. I am curious to see what you were playing. Also do the shout out real quick. Christiania Storm, because I think all the mods are asleep today. Yeah. Let's see, what are you playing? Oh, are you still in the middle of that XCOM run? Oh god. I hope your XCOM run... Oh, it's a new run? Okay, got it. I remember I tuned in a few times to some of your runs and I'm just like, oh lord, this is... So you're playing with some mods that I don't play with, and I don't know what difficulty you're playing at, but I hope it was at least... How long were the chosen? Okay. Good luck with that. You want mod perms? Do you actually want mod? I'll give it to you if you're actually if you actually want to do mod things. You get mod? No. Sorry, Seth. You have the fancy first badge. You should wear that proudly. Enjoy that. But anyways, thank you for the raid, Christiana. I appreciate it. For those of you new here, my name is Oak. I play funny strategy games, and we're playing a funny colony builder called Whiskerwood, where we are trying to manage mouse-based industrialism in a very roundabout and ridiculous way, where I am being very, very bad at this game, but I'm trying my best to make it function. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed your fun time. Oh, it's spring now. Thank God it's finally spring. Holy cow. We did not have enough fuel to keep powering everything through the winter. It is a nice colony builder. So there's a lot of industry. Basically, you have a giant colony of mice. You grow crops, you expand, you build homes, you scavenge resources. However, there is a pressure mechanic in this game. One of the core mechanics of the game is since you are essentially here at the behest of your cat overlords, you have to constantly keep them appeased by, you know, paying taxes all the time. And I really wish I was joking, but you literally, one of the core mechanics is you have to pay taxes constantly. And so a lot of my resources, like a lot of my cotton, which is the primary crop that I'm using to fulfill my tax obligation, is constantly being burned just to keep them happy and leaving me alone. It's super annoying, but you know, you're working with what you got, right? Like, it's basically what it is. Like, I'm just working with what I have. Also, what do you mean you got power tripped last week in Discord? What do you mean by that? Who was power trippy? Yeah, for example, here we got this wonderful... We got more crops here, but I actually am running out of wood, which is a bit of a problem, and I'm gonna need more of that. Oh, this fire tender doesn't have a work, that's the other problem. Okay, wait, so here's this thing. It actually is producing water. You only need one person doing this. Oh, wait. You know, Ray has a hamster, and I watch Ray's hamster sometimes run on her wheel. It's very funny, it's very cute. There's something just very unnerving about seeing a humanoid mouse standing like a human and just walking on a mouse wheel. Like, something about this just doesn't look right, and I am somewhat concerned by this appearance, and I don't like it. I do not like that. That does not look pretty. It looks super cursed, and I am very, very concerned. Where's my weavers? I completely forgot where the weavers are. I thought a bunch of these were weavers, and I have no idea where my weavers actually have located. Oh, I forgot I were stacking cafes here. That's a stone cutter. Stone cutter, fishing dock, flax spinner. I don't think I actually have a weaver. Just kidding, I have one weaver. It makes cloaks. If I had flax, which I don't think I have flax. So the problem is I don't have flax. Okay. You're telling someone they want to have proper jobs, they can be proper Discord mod, not just someone that lives in Discord. Oh, I mean, fair. You gotta be careful with the things that you say, right? Also, hello guys, I forgot to say that. I mean, the thing with, like, there is the joke about being a Discord mod and all that. Honestly, there is some kind of bare truth to it in a way, in that some people do get a little power trippy when they become a Discord mod, because they're like, ah, see, look at me, I'm cool enough to be part of, you know, being a Discord moderator. Isn't that amazing for me? Oh shoot, so fabrics into tailor, or for the time being, we just make another weaver, and I need more flax. So maybe we just grab more flax and just distribute and do that. We do need bronze to get to tier 2. Tier 2 would get me access to trains. We could also get to stone housing, which would not be a bad idea. These are higher quality, so maybe we just start moving towards stone housing. I think higher quality is probably better. Or sifting coal. We have a lot of coal. Turning coal into fuel would be crazy good. Actually, let's do that. There's 20 people that know each other IRL. Oh, okay. So you're all just basically shitting on each other for the heck of it. I mean, understandable, I guess. We have one person who's sleeping outside. Am I short one housing block? Ooh, it doesn't say which Whisker's having pathing problems. I wish it would tell me who's having issues. Unfortunately, this thing's not going to tell me either, because this thing is not super handy in telling me all that jazz. Okay, the smugglers arrived. I don't really have anything to give the smuggler other than more rope, so I don't think I do this. I'll just pay the taxes whenever I can. The tax collector will arrive, though. Okay. So our little island of trees is... This I'm going to need to move up a little bit, like maybe 2 steps here. And then we're gonna quickly slap down more stairs. That should be fine. More stepped up. Okay, got it. Oh, she's a resident 4chan. Oh, she's one of those terminally online people. Got it. You see, when it comes to some of those terminally online people, you just can't reason with them. It's not worth trying to reason. Just accept that. Just let them do their thing. Just let them be. If they're a little cuckoo, then just accept the fact that they're a little cuckoo. You can't fix everyone, and it's not your job to fix people either, right? Remember that. You are not there to fix people. Let's get rid of, I don't think these are needed anymore, especially because these are providing more than enough wood, I think, for the foreseeable future. Let's get the other thing running. I need to get this soup kitchen running. I want to see the soup kitchen in action. That's like my big thing. I really want to see this in use. Or this probably can get rid of this. And this entire area is about to become a crop field. I think I'm going to turn this into berries. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we should probably pay the tax man. What does the tax man want? More cotton? You sure thing, boss. Here you go, Mr. Katz. You can have all of our cotton. You know what? Take some potash, too. I hear that's pretty good. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of potash to make them go away. But I can... Listen. Ultimately, in the end, what you should do is you should find someone who you can share the same kind of energy with, and not someone who you're like, I can fix her. I can fix this mentally ill, terminally online e-girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just pick a normal person. You'll be so much happier. Pick someone who's not insane. Please, for your own sanity, I beg of you. Just pick a normal person to be a partner if you're looking for a partner. You don't need terminally online, mentally ill JIK e-girls, okay? Trust me when I say that. I'm having a relationship in this day and age. I mean, anyone. Listen. If I can end up in a relationship, so can you. With enough hopes and dreams, it's possible. Hopefully that doesn't sound pretentious, but I do believe that, you know, if there's a will, there's a way, most of the time. Listen, I didn't think I would get married. Here I am. You know, it can be done. It can be done. Let's just grow this here. Okay, that's probably fine. So we'll have... Oh, I need to get more whiskers. The problem is I don't have enough housing for all of them either. And I think we've mostly chopped down all these rare trees that we don't need anymore. So I think this one we can probably get rid of. Zeoposer was working here the whole time. Get rid of that. I need more of these points. I can't get these points here. Exactly, yeah. Sometimes you don't even expect it and it will just happen. Right? That's definitely a good way to think about it. And that's how I like to think about it. It can happen. You'll never know when it's gonna happen, but it might just happen. Put that tender there. I need more workers. So we are starting to grow the crops here. Oh, these are stone. Oh yeah, these stone shelters need to be replaced. Yeah, these are awful. Oh boy. Who's ready to undertake one of the greatest projects that we're about to do? We're gonna do the great housing replacement projects. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. That is pretty depressing, honestly. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay and you're not like suffering too much. What is happening? Oh, the pirates are here. Okay. God, I don't have enough to give them is the problem. I don't want to give them all my machinery either. I guess I just have to eat 7 cannonballs. Annoying, but we can repair them. A lot of them aren't terribly expensive to repair, so that can all be done fairly quickly without too much pain and suffering. And I will take the one with all the gears, which is going to be very expensive for our tax. We're not allowed to do... So there is a mechanic... Like, eventually they plan on adding mechanics where you can, you know, fight against the cat or your cat overlords, but surprisingly, it's not an actual mechanic in the base game. Yeah, I think it's something that they're planning on adding later. Here's our... We can do production caps now, by the way. So, for example, I may not want more than, you know, 500 planks at any given time. Maybe same with cut stone, it's maybe 500. at most, and I can probably just keep doing this forever. So with this in mind, I can probably just dump more people into the stone cutters or sawmills, and I won't run into any issues. Where's please fight the pirates? You can't even fight the pirates. All you have to do is just suck it up. I wish I was joking, but that's about it. Oh my gosh, some of these pawns, some of these mice are walking comically long paths to get from point A to point B, because they live in like really weird locations, and I have to keep reorganizing them, and this these warehouses are just kind of dumping everything we have. What I need is more logistics hub workers. Yeah, unfortunately that's not a thing. I think it's something they want to add later on in the game, but unfortunately the mice don't understand the concept of the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms against your oppressors, and even things like a Boston Tea Party-esque scenario aren't really a thing that we can do, which again is a little tragic. I wish we had that as a function, but we don't. Sad, I know. See, like, the tax collector's already here. I'm like, I can't really afford to pay them. At most, I can maybe just keep giving them more cotton and maybe some of my iron ore. But what I'm probably gonna have to do is just eat some massive penalties for a little bit and just hope that's enough to make them go away. I think of actual bear arms. I mean, they probably would, right? They're mice. Oh, I have 4. Oh, I have a housing shortage. Oh, I don't have any idle workers. What do I not need right now? I don't need this many stone. I need... maybe we don't need this, we don't need this right now. We have enough water here to last us for a while, so I need that one worker. Yeah, we just have to summon the Skaven and just be like, "Hey, yo, Skaven fam, you got anything for us?" Actually, what I'm gonna do is... I want to replace these houses. These houses are terrible, by the way. Like, these are hot doo-doo. So I think I have an idea for what I want to replace this with. It's gonna not look pretty, but it will be functional. I'm waiting for the research to finish, though. I would like the shifting tower. Oh, wait, I didn't get that. I was going for stone. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna start replacing this immediately. I think we're gonna just replace this with plank houses. Yeah, okay, I have an idea. This is gonna be awful, but it's... Oh, actually, that's really bad. It's still... This is very much, as we say in the industry, very much an early access, and will probably be in early access for quite a while longer. It's typically how these games go, right? Like, it's never gonna be ready immediately. Okay, so I think we can do... Okay, hold on. We're gonna make our tenement block here. I'm just gonna... I don't want to do that. I feel like I should be able to make this look nicer, right? I feel like I don't have to make everything look ugly for the sake of looking ugly. Hello, Garm. Good evening. You're flopping on the bed. Are you okay? I assume, at least it sounds like you were dealing with a rough day. Are you gonna be alright? I'm hoping it will eventually reach that status of being a finished early access game in the end. I mean, the game's got potential, and I think they've done a really good job. The next big update is the one I'm looking forward to, where you can build, like, your own naval industry. As far as I can tell, I'm like, that sounds awesome, and I would love to see that. I'm gonna expand this out a little bit. I have an idea here. I know what I'm gonna do for expanding the housing block, and it's gonna be really messy, but I think it'll be fine. It's just gonna require a bit of resources that I don't necessarily have yet, so just give it some time and we'll get it done. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that we need. Like, part of the other stuff that we need is we need bronze, and I believe bronze is tin and copper, right? Unfortunately, this island is iron. This island is copper. Tin is on this one. So I need to eventually get my way over there and figure out how the heck am I going to convert that gigantic mountain of an island into usable resources. But I can't even house all of my mice yet. And obviously with the perpetual needs for whatever the people, you know, paying off the mice and the pirates, it's very hard to complete our needs. I'm gonna convert more stone into gold bullions. I believe the pirates are coming soon. I'm holding off some of them as long as I can, but again, it's a little nasty, and I'm probably gonna move some of these around. Like, this ore furnace probably shouldn't have to be here. It makes a little too much pollution. and it's kind of annoying. And obviously we have this earthenworks, which is going to just kind of dig in a little bit right there, which is what I'm looking for. Basically filling in this rocky area. It's not necessary, but I think it will look a little better than not having it, if that makes sense. It's obviously unnatural, but it means you don't have to put stilt supports underneath what you're about to do. Because I'm going to turn this area into a, basically, like I said earlier, a giant housing tenement, which will feed most of... I would like... you... Oh, I can only take one. Got it. That's fine. So, because we need more houses anyways, I'm going to just get ready to start slamming out. I was going to do stone, but I think plank is probably fine. It's not going to be the prettiest place, but I think it'll be acceptable to most people. And yeah, trust me, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be functional. I'm not here to make a pretty colony. I'm here to make a functioning colony. You know, the pretty colonies can remain when we do RimWorld. That's where all the pretty colonies are. This game is all about efficiency, hardcore mechanical efficiency. Okay, so I can process coal into fuel now, which is crazy good. It's not needed right now, but we will need that at some point. For now, priority is doing this other thing, and then we'll need to also add some decorations, because I believe the little folks are unhappy, so we need to give them some kind of visual stimulation so they don't go completely bananas, but that's okay. I have a plan, and we're gonna make some pretty good use of these elevators that we just unlocked, because I actually am kind of curious about how these elevators function. It would be really cool to see them in use, so that's why we're kind of going through the motions of fixing this up. Supply ship. I will take... I think I'll take this one. We actually have a lot of copper now. Great. So we did get sifting tower. What do we want now? Ocean outlet conveyor belts. Ooh, so we can start automating a large fuel. Oh, maybe we actually get the heating stove. Large stone furnace heats a wider area to better fuel efficiency would probably be not a bad idea. A chemist allows us to make medicines. Mushroom stew turns berries. Okay, so mushrooms and flour into a soup. Table salt. Turn rock salt into table salt. Bronze smelting. Here we go. Yeah, copper and tin make bronze. Fabrics into tailors. So if tailor, so you could turn threads into fabric. Oh my gosh, wait, so it's a multi-step. You turn flax spinner into threads, threads into fabrics, and then that into clothes, into higher quality. That's a long process, actually. Oh gosh, I just realized spring's already over. Yeah, we need to... I don't know who's that... I wish it would tell me who's having the pathing problem, because it doesn't tell me who's having a pathing issue. If the game would tell me, I could probably solve the pathing problem, but it doesn't want to tell me who's exploding. I guess they're just going to be stuck there forever, and we're just going to deal with that error for the rest of time. Okay, I keep right-clicking, but apparently that just cancels this screen every single time. Gosh, the tax collector's already arriving tomorrow, and I can't even afford our taxes. I don't know what happens if you don't pay them. I think they do the same thing as the pirates, where they just kind of bombard your thing, which is super annoying. Yeah. Like, again, I just have to... I mean, yeah, your relations will drop, but, like, what else happens? You know what I mean? Like, sure, my relations drop, and then what? What happened? Like, I'm just kind of keeping them barely happy with the trust. Exactly. See, that's the main issue. Like, if it's just not a big problem, like, there has to be a big threat. Oh boy. I guess we're gonna keep digging this out. I'll take the old rags for now. All right, who's ready for more mining out and hollowing out of this entire area? 'Cause at this point, that's what I'm doing. I'm just hollowing out this whole region. Okay, we gotta... Oh my gosh, this area... Oh, more copper. Okay, let's keep digging. I think we're fairly near the water, which is also kind of cursed. I'll just keep digging this out. There we go. Go, my beautiful workers, and make me some beautiful Rock money. Okay. Oh yeah, we're underwater, so it's entirely possible that might flood, but I'm not sure if flooding that is actually a mechanic in the game. That would be kind of unfortunate if it was, so hopefully we don't run into that. Also, our warehouses are full again. Yep, all of our warehouses are just perpetually full because we're making so many items. I don't know how to store them all. Okay. I will take you, and that's it. Okay, that's all I can take. Okay, so here's our first new housing of the new housing tenement. We're gonna need a lot more of these, and we're gonna start trying to kick people out of the stone houses, which are very, very low quality, because some of our people have high expectations, so we do need to give them more stuff. How does experience work? So you don't actually gain experience. You have to educate various mice at the school in order for them to get more experience and things. Gosh, I don't have enough fuel again. Okay, let's focus on one thing at a time. Let's focus on the housing block upgrades. I'm just gonna do this. And then I think this is just enough space that I could probably add on this side as well, because these are about 2x2, right? Well, maybe we get rid of... Oh. May have not done this the way I thought I was. I actually did not align this the way I wanted to align this, which is a problem. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Hold on, let's quickly fix this. Oh, I'm out of wood. Of course I am. I will never have enough wood. Okay. So I'm going to redesign a good chunk of this, because a lot of this is kind of a mess and I don't really like where I put things, and now I need to kind of correct my mistakes. Put that stair there, which is great, because I'm going to get rid of this stair here. Essentially, I want to keep this tender... Let's get rid of this here. And then we can probably put a nice, simple... Oh, maybe we should start pivoting to stone paths. Yeah, let's maybe start pivoting to stone paths. Okay. Because my logic with this area is that this should be one of the primary things to keep in mind, right? The cafe is right there. We want the cafe to be nice and pretty. And we're going to start moving a lot of the mice to these houses. So thankfully the housing can be mirrored, so at least I can make this look nice. Rotate, 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 and then switch to the other one. I want it to be mirrored. I'm one of those people that likes things to be symmetrical. Why do you have a cafe in the middle of nowhere? Because they have to be, it's essentially like a housing area, like similar like restaurants in, or what are they called? What's the other game we played? The beaver one? Timberborn. It's essentially where the mice will prioritize going when they need food. They will always prioritize going to a cafe first rather than going anywhere else. But cafes can only also hold like a certain amount of food, so you have to make sure you have enough. One of the other big problems, let's see, 8 at a warehouse. Yeah, if they eat at a warehouse, they're unhappy. So you can see they're a little unhappy because 37 people had to eat at a warehouse instead of eating somewhere else. So yes, essentially we are embracing urban sprawl. Like for the time being, like I need a cafe, so I'm just gonna put a cafe here for the time being until we can get access to things like restaurants. Is it the best option? Not really. Does it function? Yeah. I don't really want to put that there because I need them to be able to get here. But I could maybe like stack it on top. But that's why I'm trying to free up space by moving things around, by giving additional housing options. Give me that. So yeah, as you can see, the housing is again working as intended, and I think they do automatically move. Yeah, see, as you can see, yeah, they're starting to move out of these, which is great because I'm gonna kick people out of their houses right now. So yes, I think today's primary goal right now, especially as our industry is at least still developing, is just slam out more housing tenements, and they will be happy. Let the mice be happy with their brand new homes that I, in my great benevolency, have provided them. Right? And we're getting a lot of berries, which will be making a lot of soup. Are we making soup? Or are we not making soup? Oh, we are making soup. It's just not being logisticked out of here, which is kind of annoying too. Now, the one thing you could do is you could centralize where all the eating is, but centralizing all the food stuff is kind of a pain in the pain, so I don't do that right now. End of the day. We're not gonna create India, God. What do you take? I don't want to make a gigantic urban disaster. Hopefully I'm not gonna get in trouble for saying that. I've seen videos of certain parts of India, and I am always amazed. I'm like, how does this city function? It's like the Philippines. How the Philippines doesn't basically have any public transit. This was a ghetto. Like, I'm essentially gentrifying this area and making it less of a ghetto. That was my plan. But this is no longer a ghetto. This is a place where proper mice with proper needs and dreams and wants can begin to live out a proper lifestyle. See? Look at how beautiful that's turning out. Okay, stone stairs is fine too. See? I don't know what they're doing. I think, oh, these are the ones that don't have a job. These are the ones that are builders. Okay. We also have stone stairs now, which is kind of funny. Is there a difference? Oh, okay, it's just aesthetics. Got it. There is, yes, there is trains, but they're locked behind tier 2, which means we need to get access to tin, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to do tonight. Getting to tin is such a massive pain because you need bronze smelting. Tin ore is kind of a hassle to get to, and then once we get that, then you can combine them into what you need. We do need more fuel, so I do need to get that other fuel thing slammed out. Well, let's get the medium warehouse while we're at it. Let's get the resource sifter. This needs water, so I guess we'll just put this next to the soup kitchen, and it's probably fine. I'm sure this is not gonna have any problems whatsoever. I don't know where the coal is, but I need a temporary spot. Again, my plan eventually is I will fix all of this instead of just kind of haphazardly putting things down, but at this rate, who knows? Oh, this does not rotate. Wait a second. Can pipes only go in one way? Oh no, they can go this way too. Got it. Interesting. Okay, so we're still running into food and long distance pathing problems, which is about what I would have expected right now, so that's okay. As long as we keep getting more houses, that's all I care about. Oh, the tax collector's here. Okay, so what do I give them to make them go away? More cotton! Just keep giving them cotton. More cotton. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree, Mr. Rat or Catman. Here you go. All the cotton your fine whiskers could nuzzle upon. All right, that's fine. I will take this. I can't believe I am basically surviving in a cotton-based economy. I am basically turning this into very early southern United States core because it's the only way that I can make this function. I hate saying that so much. It's like legitimately the only way I can make. Oh my gosh, this thing is tall. Oh, this is a tall building. Wow, this is kind of annoying actually. So the only way to get up here is I need to make a path. Oh god. And then I need to find a way to basically go down quickly. Actually, I think we can just use, it should be 2 steps, so it should be fine to use this. Yeah. Okay, I apparently don't know how stairs work. There we go, okay. Like, I am a sucker for mass transit though, so we will try to do mass transit when we can. Okay, so some people don't have clothes, some people have really bad housing quality, which we're fixing bit by bit, and they don't like the claw statues. So I'm gonna start deleting the claw statues because that is actually causing a huge approval penalty. So let's start purging these. We don't need these statues. They serve nothing but to make our dear whiskery friends unhappy and scared. Ah, the pirates are here. Okay. Have some gold and go away. Okay. We gotta get more cotton. I don't have enough. Okay, I can only take one, so I'll take this one. Also, the pollution is getting a little ridiculous because these charcoal furnaces are very, very not a pretty place to be. Hopefully, once we get the sifter working, we'll be able to get more coal instead. We do need to get water here. I'm not sure if water flows up, though. I guess we'll find out. I don't know if water flows up in this game. Every game has, like, different water mechanics, and it's, like, kind of annoying, because it's like, alright, I don't know if this will work the way I think it does. What do you mean I don't have enough resources? I need more logs, okay. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Wonderful, that's what I want. Okay, so this means this should start sifting out materials. Let's get the water pump running. And so this should start producing large quantities of coal in due time. So hopefully this will alleviate some of our fuel problems. I don't know why these two are still standing here. Maybe they don't know where to go. Okay, I do want to also decorate this because I believe your dear whiskered friends do appreciate a nice, pretty, locale to exist. By the way, I just realized this thing is a single floor facility, so maybe using the row houses might have actually been a better solution than whatever I'm currently doing. So we'll find a way to make this work. Okay. Food is fine. Fuel is not. Is this actually working? How do I tell? Oh! Wow, that did work. Look at that. It made a lot of fuel. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Because, again, 1 coal makes 21 fuel, so we will... Assuming we have enough coal for the time being, we should be able to last a while. We don't have that much. We have enough for now. It's enough to get us around. Okay. I might need to move this ore furnace, but I can't move it. You can only destroy, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, our fuel was so bad. Maybe we also don't use the logs either. Would be my other guess for what we need to do. Okay. But as you can see, I mean, at least our industry has been able to grow at a fairly decent pace. What I do need now, though, is I'm going to need additional farmlands. Because, again, all this is all land that has to be abused. This entire island here is so fertile that I have to make use of every inch of it, even during the winter. Did I get that cool heating stove? I did not. Okay. The question is, how do we do this? What are we gonna grow? We have enough berries. Mushrooms only grow underground. I think we just need more cotton. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna make more cotton fields. Yeah, this is all just cotton. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to need another farm. I don't think farms really have any upgrades either, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, slam that out, and then we'll build this out like this. We will probably start pivoting into stone-based stuff at some point, but for now, this is fine. This works exactly as I need it to. Perfect. And I think food-wise, yeah, so we have bread and soups and mushrooms. There's not a lot of bread. I think part of the problem is that we don't have enough cafes, and I might need to grab more cafes so food is distributed a little more evenly. The struggle of being a mouse manager. There's still statues hanging around. I gotta find where those statues are. Oh, there's one here. Yeah, this one startled so many of them because it's such a massive thoroughfare. I put one over here too. Here, this one. Yes, Mr. Smuggler, I would like to give you a few stone blocks. I'm gonna need these a lot more, so I don't want to get rid of all of them. Yeah, that's about it. I don't actually want to get rid of most of this. See, it was good that we didn't restart. See, I managed to stabilize the colony, and I'm very, very happy about that. See, anything's possible with enough hopes and dreams. I give you enough cotton to make you happy enough to leave me alone. Yeah, so as long as you have this figured out, it's generally okay. Yeah, like we're making so much fuel now, which is great, and we probably need to start organizing that at some point. Maybe more fire tenders would not be a bad idea. And hopefully we get these other houses. I need more whiskers. Oh, here we go. I can take probably 2 of these of the lowest kinds. Unsafe worker, slow, swift. And then I think I take the heavy eater. So heavy eaters eat 2 meal units every time they eat dinner. So if you're ever wondering what that means, that's exactly what that means. We gotta get more dining halls. This dining hall is... not... That's a little too high. We're gonna put another housing block up there anyways. There's a house... you probably caught a star on the little thing. There we go. Put that there. There we go. Now the statues are gone. They're a little happier, which is great. And then the pollution's becoming a problem. Clothing's still an issue. I don't know who's sleeping outside. It says there's one person sleeping outside. I don't know who. Who is the goober that is just perpetually stuck? No, I literally can't get away from taxes. Like, well, I'm just perpetually stuck in tax hell. I think there's supposed to be more quests, but I don't know why the quests haven't triggered anymore. I think at some point, like, you will just, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe because I am resuming an old save, that's why the quest lines aren't triggering. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's kind of my working theory as to why I don't have access to quests. So it's weird. Anyways, we're gonna make this a little prettier. Let's add some stuff. Let's add... Maybe trees don't work as well here. Oh, actually, maybe they do. Actually, trees. Hanging gardens. I think we do pillar. Oh, that is a pillar, all right. Yeah, that's these are that's definitely a pillar that exists for some reason. Okay. I don't know how to decorate this. I'm like looking, I'm like, what do I even want to put here, honestly? Trees, I guess we can put like some basic trees here. Maybe on the lowest floors it may look a little better like that. It's not perfect, but at least it adds a little bit of decor. Yeah, that's not the worst thing I've done. Add a few more. We'll take Perfectionist Chan and cares deeply about others, yet asks rude questions. Sure. That's fine. Jakarta has more people in this town than the state of Canada. Oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of Jakarta videos recently. It's insane. Jakarta's huge. But apparently one of their biggest issues, apparently the city's actually kind of starting to sink into the ocean because of how dense it is, and the fact that they didn't really... Because it built out so fast and they didn't really plan for rising sea levels from global warming. And so my understanding is that Indonesia is actually building a new capital that they're planning on moving moving the capital away from Jakarta to the new area. It's kind of crazy, like how much people live in Indonesia. You don't really think about Indonesia that much. I think a lot of people generally don't. That country has a population that's like way larger than Canada. It's insane. Canada's population is tiny. It's so crazy to think about. Like, there is less than 40 million people, right? And then you got like Indonesia. It's like, so anyways, we got like some 300 million people just casually living on this, you know, archipelago. And it's nuts. Indonesia's sinking. I don't know if the Philippines is sinking. Maybe it is. I have no idea. I never really checked on Philippines, whether or not it's sinking into the ground. Maybe we don't put this here, actually. Oh, why didn't they put the cafe somewhere else? I'm gonna dump a cafe here temporarily until I can make this look... Until I can get this to function. I just need a place to put a cafe so that at least the Whiskers have somewhere to eat. I'll just put that there for now. No, better idea. Put it over... Put it like one step back. That's a very reasonable spot to dump it. Can't really get any more Whiskers here. Yeah, but I remember like looking up... My YouTube has been feeding me Indonesia videos for some reason. Like, not videos in Indonesian, but videos of like the stuff going on in Indonesia and also like Jakarta itself. Jakarta looks like a really pretty city, I'm not gonna lie. I think it'd be kind of cool to visit Jakarta one day, but I don't really have a reason to go visit Jakarta. As Indonesia's not really near the top. It's not really near the top of places that I want to visit, but I do really like a lot of the green spaces that I've seen. Like, I think I seen one photo of one of their zoos. I think if you go on Wikipedia, there's a photo of one of their zoos, and it's just super green, and it's very pretty to look at. Also, doesn't Jakarta have like a lot of like corruption problems too? I feel like I remember reading that, like, yeah, so Jakarta's got a bajillion corruption problems, and everyone just kind of deals with it because they don't really have a choice. Does Kami actually live over in Indonesia? Is that what happens? Kami showed up on the Twitch side earlier. Also, I'm sorry, Kami, I just saw your message. I really hope that you're able to feel better soon. Unless I responded to that earlier and I don't remember. Hope you're able to get the rest that you need. I know yeah. There we go. There's our cafe. It's almost built. I gotta keep 6 of these. I don't know which one of these rats is just kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. Oh, we will get this heating stove before winter. Canada is more separately Scandinavian if you include uninhabitable land. Yeah, no, Canada is a very funny country. Like, almost everyone lives in that Toronto area, like in southern Ontario. And yeah, that's basically where everyone lives. But that's it. There's no punchline. That's just how it works over there. I'm out of... Oh, I have enough iron and coal to last us for quite some time still. Cutters. Okay, I don't... Oh, wait. I forgot to assign workers to the farm. And we don't need this wood cutter anymore. We can get rid of that. Because these trees are just all natural, so that's fine. Let's get... Oh, tax collector. I gotta pay. I don't have enough cotton to pay him, but maybe I can pay him in gold bullions. I don't want to pay that many gold bullions. These are valuable. I can feed him fish. Okay, that's enough to kind of keep him happy. Yeah, but it is a very ridiculous country. I agree. Canada is a very funny country. Canada's nice though. I like going to Canada. I think a very reductive way to interpret Canada is that it's basically US light. But it's actually surprisingly way deeper than that. And they've got a lot of interesting things going on in Canada that I think really make it stand out. And I really do enjoy visiting the country. And totally not because they have like copious amounts of food that I really like. I love Canadian food. You ever have a beaver tail? Beaver tails are crazy. I've never had a beaver tail. Oh my goodness, I have the super warehouse now. Maybe we should just build a super warehouse system. Maybe that's what we need, like a super warehouse. What else are people... Okay, so right now everyone's having issues with the fact that there's not enough clothes going around. So we need to fix the clothing problem, which means we probably gotta grow more cotton somewhere. This is... At least we're growing some cotton here. Clothes are primarily made out of flax, which is the other issue, so we will need a flax crop. I think this area could probably be turned into flax. We got the 2 workers here, so... I think it's time. Smugglers. Yeah, take more stones until I get more bullions to kind of keep the crazies away. And why don't we add in a... Why don't we add a farm? Let's see, flax. Oh, okay, this is perfectly good for growing flax. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, more flax here. Stump some flax here. As long as there's a farm nearby, they will just work on the crop, which is exactly what I want anyways. Salinity. Okay, that makes sense. So, trying to see where else we can grow crops. This mountain is surprisingly also really good at growing crops. A lot of these are pretty good. Our starting island is not a very good area to grow crops, but a lot of these other ones will function just fine. Although we may need some fertilizer at some point. I believe the fertility of this area is starting to drop, and I need to start dumping in more fertilizer to make it function. Oh, proxy buying in the US? No, tell me. Oh, what do you mean by proxy buying? What happened? What happened in the US for proxy buying? Also, I have one school for research and I have no idea where it is. Who is the one that's stuck? Anyways, we're gonna grab a few more whiskers. I just need bodies. You are fine. You're fine. You're fine. I wish the game would tell me who's stuck. Oh boy, what is this thing? Is this thing about like how if you're like buying like plushies or something, it could get confiscated at the border or something along those lines? I remember seeing something about that and I'm like, I hope that doesn't ever happen to me. Yeah, I saw that. It's insane. It's ridiculous because I think a lot of independent you know, a lot of independent creators who, you know, try to get samples of like their plushies are just gonna struggle to be able to get that type of thing. It's ridiculous. The US never really had these. The US used to be like super import friendly for like the longest time, but ever since certain things happened in politics, which I'm not gonna get into very much, it's become very protective and insular about domestic industries. Yeah, so like one of the biggest examples is like samples, and so what I've heard what some people have to do right now for like their plushies is that they can submit one for testing, but it gets sacrificed. Is that it gets destroyed in order for it to be declared viable for you to you know, import large quantities and sell. That's why the United States, the United States actually had time to mature. For Canada, I mean, that's also kind of true. To be fair, Canada's a lot smaller, it's a lot younger, and they also have their own fair share of problems. Canada's not perfect either. Canada's got a lot of interesting things, but but they definitely ain't perfect. I'll tell you that much. So we actually have a lot of we actually need more bakers. We actually don't need that many mills, surprisingly enough. I actually just need more bakers. So I think I'll just do another... We'll just make this exact same setup here, where we have a baker, and then a mill right on top of the baker. Because I guess it functions fine, and we'll just... Oh, I don't have enough logs. Oh, there we go. And then probably should be okay to just climb the rest of this out, which is a nice, beautiful spiral staircase. And I'm out of logs again. Oh my goodness. Just kidding, I have logs again. Let's quickly slam one of these bad boys out. And get that bakery up and running. The best way is to make a moon base. I mean, sure, if you want to go to the moon, and set up there. It's a little cold and empty, and also just not much going on there. Second largest in the US. I mean, Canada's huge, but I mean, like, the population of Canada is incredibly microscopic comparatively. And that's kind of like the biggest issue. Just because you have a lot of landmass doesn't mean you know how to make use of that landmass. Canada, a lot of it is just like tundra, right? And tundra, you're not really gonna be able to do much. The US is huge, but it's got a lot of like arable land that you can make use of and do things with that Canada doesn't have access to. Canada is a beautiful country, don't get me wrong. I love visiting the country, but it does not have nearly the same resource capacity or access to things like the US does, and that's kind of like that's their biggest disadvantage. And on top of that, because the US is older and has had a lot of chance to develop their own like industries and like stuff like that, kind of gives the US a little big edge. Had that unchartable land yet? I mean, that's true, yes, yet. Maybe in the near future when the world ultimately starts running into the problem of global warming, then Canada will become a lot more of an important breadbasket. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we have... There we go. We're making flour from wheat, and we're going to turn that wheat into beautiful bread. We actually don't need this many... we don't need this many mills. I need more bakeries, actually, which is kind of funny. Okay. I don't know which one of these, though, can't reach the workplace one, but some of these are having issues. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's the mines. It's always the mines that are causing problems. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the mines. I think I know what I need to do to fix this, and that's basically, I just need to... I should have standardized how I designed the pits, because unfortunately I didn't, and so everyone who needs to go dig rocks is just kind of stuck in this ridiculous nightmare. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna standardize this a little bit with platforms. So as long as I have enough long stairs, this should be doable. I need logs. Yeah. There are not really ways to automate, but there's ways to make your... It's basically like... It's essentially like a pathing minigame. The game is basically about optimizing pathing for your mice, and that's the issue that we are running into, is that it's not optimized at all. One of the biggest issues, again, is I just don't have enough wood. wood is like my biggest hurdle right now, and I just cannot get enough of it to do the things that I need. Yes, I think what I have to do here is we're gonna use the long stairs, and we're gonna build like a giant staircase down into the mine shaft. I think is how we're gonna do this. And then the other mine shaft that we don't need, we can probably start to get rid of. Like this one, probably don't need this one here. This can be all trimmed out. And then, as long as we can finagle them into the correct spots, like this here probably can be dug out. Also, if the music's been a little boring, please let me know, because I know this is like the same tracks over and over again. Let's see. I'm trying to dig this out, and it's not letting me. There we go. I need this dug out. It's Gucci. Fantastic. Yeah, no, there's not really a way to reduce the amount of workers. You can make your workers more efficient, but you can't reduce them. Okay, so what are these trying to get to? They can't get to the mining camp? Oh, because it's all the way at the bottom. Oh, yeah, this is what I was right of. Okay, so I knew something was weird. Because, fun fact, that staircase doesn't actually go anywhere, which is kind of a problem. So we just probably just make a nice staircase like this. If I can figure out... There we go. There we go. That should fix the pathing problem now. And they can all go to work and actually dig rocks out, as they should be. Yeah, so no, there's not really anything like that. You can make your production more efficient through upgrading your buildings, but beyond that, no. You just have to upgrade your tech and just improve your pathing efficiencies. That's really the main gimmick. There's not like an automation way similar to how you could in... What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, basically every other game like Factorio or whatnot. God, I really have been hankering to play a factory game for quite some time. I'm not playing a factory game right now, but I really have been tempted to play factory games for quite some time, and that's why I keep putting Factorio on the poll. I'm curious if anyone's ever going to vote for Factorio, but no one has really voted for Factorio yet. A few people have, and it's like, oh, I'd love to do some factorying, but maybe at some point in the future I will, but maybe not right now. Wouldn't you love to see more factory shenanigans? I'm a great factory gamer. God, look at all that. A lot of people are complaining about the food. Can't do much about that. You know, we got some quality food, but apparently it's still not enough for them because they are sick and tired of eating only smoked fish. All right, pirates are here. Oh, I don't have anything to give them. I don't really want to give them the machinery either. All right, I guess I just have to eat their pain and suffering. See, look, they'll just destroy buildings, which is super annoying because I have to rebuild everything. Look at that. How is that fair? We mostly destroyed houses, too. So I'm just going to set this to rebuild everything. I mean, we have enough resources, so it's not that big of a deal, but because I don't have that many builders, not everything's going to be able to be rebuilt in time. Also, one of our rats, Ranu, was injured, apparently. By the pirate engagement. So you are currently being tended to as we speak. It's always the pirates. Unfortunately, they destroy a lot of houses too, and all like our warehouses. So like we can't do anything until it's all fixed. I will take whichever one. You're gonna give me more logs. Actually, no, I need this one. I keep needing the gears too, because the gears is what allows us to repair or maintain our buildings. Ugh. Curse you pirates for ruining a perfectly good fun time that we had here. They truly are the most despicable of individuals, ruining my day. Also add a staircase here. I forgot there's like a woodcutter here. Maybe they can dig out all those logs. We probably need to expand the farms also on this side so we can add more crops. I'm not sure what we're gonna put on here, but we'll add something. At least our approval is quite high, which is good. We're now at day 144. Somehow we must have skipped over day 67. Fantastic. I think I just have to sell more stone blocks until I can get more bullions. If we have enough rope, I can probably sell some rope. Keep everything else. Fish skewers. Wait, I can make fish skewers? Is that a thing? Wait, where's my smokeries? Oh, it's probably a recipe that I don't have unlocked yet. Okay, let me guess. It's probably a lower, like maybe tier 4. Ah, here we go. Fish skewers. Fish and mushrooms allow you to make fish skewers, which are grade 3 fish food. Or mice food. How are you? No, wait, no, sun's there. Yeah, you were here. Like, oh, we can make tea. Jam pastries. Potash fertilizer would be really nice too at some point. But this will also require the sifting tower to turn the potash into fertilizer, which we'll use much, much later. Steam power is also a thing. Obviously, oil presses, cotton gins. The cotton gin would be super nice because that immediately, like, yeah, a lot of this is just improving efficiency through better technology. So, for example, if you want a good example, right? So, if you want clothes, you research fabrics, right? Which will allow you to turn flax into threads and threads into fabrics. It's a 2-step process, right? Very long. And then you can use a tailor to turn 3 fabrics into 2 clothes. So it's very inefficient, but later on, when you get to cotton gin, you turn 1 unit of copper into 8 units of threads, which makes making clothes way, way faster. So that's kind of the plot, the thread that we have to kind of go down if we want to improve our clothing options. And for the time being, right now, all we can do is just abuse flax and turning them into basic clothes, but even then we don't have enough basic clothes for everyone to function, to be happy. I will take a whisker ship. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I will take those. Oh yeah, trust me. I plan on trying to do that as much as possible. Reject the rest of these. I don't need any of them. We don't have enough space for all of them. Like, we have enough food and fuel for the time being, which is great. Our food is a little rough because a lot of it is raw, and I need way more cooked food, and that's a problem. I think the bakeries are only outputting like 15 bread per day, which is surprisingly little. And I'm not sure if it's because they have to keep dumping food in super far away locations, to the point where I might actually need to make another warehouse, and it's strictly just, here's bread. Because I think what's happening is that they're trying to run away, like they have to go far away to go drop off the food. Right? Yeah, see, like, it's looking for, it has the stuff it needs, but it's not making the bread. So essentially what's happening is, oh shoot, this doesn't have any workers. Oh my god, our farms had no workers assigned. Because the farms got destroyed, that's right. Okay. So essentially what's happening is we have all these wheat farms. They produce a large quantity of wheat and they get harvested. We mill it immediately, which turns it into, well, stuff. Oh, all of our crops are dead. Because I don't have people dropping fuel off in these things. Which is weird. Where is my fuel distributors, also known as a fire... Oh, I think I got rid of the fire tender, didn't I? I think I got rid of the fire tender earlier. Whoa, that's a mistake. Okay. That's a little awkward. Let's quickly slap down a fire tender. We have a decent amount of fuel for now, which is great, but a lot of our crops are dead now, which is not ideal. Thankfully, wheat seems to be hardy enough that it's just not going to grow, but it'll still kind of exist. Okay, more importantly, I have this new one. This is a heating stove. Oh, that heats up way more space. Okay, so why don't we get rid of this one? Replace that with a heating stove, which is mostly require... The main thing is it requires copper. Oh yeah, that's I think a little bit more efficient than the other one. Yeah, it's more space and I think it uses less fuel. So why don't we slap one of these bad boys here? Warm up all this. Let's make this a hot priority. Maybe we... Shoot. Take this one. I need that. So you can see the gameplay loop it's quite fun if you're willing to stick it out for the long term, but the fact that the amount of stuff you have to keep giving to the whisker, like the claws, is increasing over time definitely puts a bit of pressure on you, and I kind of wish it was a little bit more relaxed and not so high pressure to make sure, you know, you have a little bit of time to just kind of enjoy it, right? But no, you're kind of forced to move quickly. EA OST 305. I don't know what song this is. All right, I'm about to. What is this? What are you making me listen to? That was really loud. This thing's only a minute long. I also know what this. I know what this one is. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of fan art of those three individuals if they were not dead, which I think is kind of interesting. A lot of people really seem to want those characters back. I'm like, no, they're dead. If someone's dead, you have to let them die. You know, if once they're dead, just accept it. You know, isn't that like a big part of the storyline? Is just like accepting that sometimes you can't bring people back, and you have to ultimately accept that, you know, their passing is just a finality. I think a lot of people don't want to accept finality. Ooh, I do like these trills. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. Ooh, I think I like how that looks. Yeah, they're still harvesting the excess crops there, which is great, I think. Can we get this one slammed out now? That is true. You couldn't make the perpetrator pay. Okay, can we get someone tending to this fire now? I want some fuel here. I think I need to pick a building and just like remove people from it. Do we need this many people making fuel out of coal? Yeah, actually I do. I actually do need that many people. Okay, yeah, because that one... Okay, so I see. So this thing makes one fuel last for a minute and a half. This one makes one fuel last only for 2 minutes. Or so one lasts for 3 minutes, one lasts for 2 minutes. So it is way more efficient. So it's something we need to think about. Actually, you know, while we're here, we should probably consider... Oh, right, I did get rid of the fire thing here. Let's add it back. What was it called? It was a... I'm gonna throw it back in here. Heating stove. We can just put it like here. This probably does produce a little bit of pollution, but it's probably not that big of a deal. As long as it makes this area toasty. I'll make that a priority. Give me the basic one. I need more workers, and I don't know where all of my spares are. I think they were being educated. Do they all need to be educated? Oh, never mind. They're free from education. Perfect. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. Okay. So with that going on... Oh, we don't have enough housing now, too. Okay. See, look at how much space this actually heated up. This heated up a lot. Well, obviously we have this one working, too. We'll probably get rid of this one and replace it with the better heating solution. I don't know what's going on, like why this is not working like 24/7. It's a little weird. You'd think it would be working around the clock, but it's actually not. Oh, there's no workers because the workers are also looking for stuff as well. Okay. Okay, well, we need more houses, so the solution for needing more houses is to kick people out of their houses here and essentially gentrify the area and then immediately slam out more proper housing. So we will commit gentrification right now. 1, 2. And we'll probably do the same thing on the next one. We have 3 workers. They should be able to slam out one whole housing block fairly quickly. We don't need so many people on earthworks. Make it 4 workers. We just need to survive till spring. That's all we gotta do. I'll take this one. One of the main issues in this game is you need machinery, and you cannot make your own machinery until super late into the game. I think that's one of the ways the game tries to make you suffer. You know what I mean? Trust me, that's what we're doing. This is the Soviet-style housing block. It doesn't look super Soviet-y right now, but trust me, this is as close as we're gonna get until I can make a dedicated area somewhere. Kind of like how we have this one, or this giant stone wall of just houses down here, like terrible apartments. This is where apparently Infidave lives, in the lowest quality housing, a stone shelter, despite having high quality expectations that he's not able to meet. How tragic. Yeah, and he also doesn't like doing hard labor. We make him do hard labor anyways. Listen, if someone's got to do the hard labor, and you're right now one of the people that can do hard labor. Does it suck? Yeah, kinda. But you'll put up with it. We don't need this many. I think I can get rid of this one. Oh, I'm not gonna regret that. I'm probably gonna regret that. No, you cannot escape the mines. I'm not even joking you. I believe you are actually a mine worker. Which is also really funny. Yeah, unironically, I think you are actually a farm or a mine worker. So yeah, you're actually stuck in it. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. This is just completely random by chance. I swear I would never purposely do this. It's just completely random for some reason, and that's just how it is. We are not making nearly enough fuel. This thing is not making enough. It's working, it's just not working as fast as I would like. Oh, outputs. Oh, yeah, so someone has to take the... Okay, I see why it's not working faster. Because once it's full, someone's got to take the excess out and dump it somewhere else. So maybe what we need is we need like a dedicated storage for this. Warehouse based on logistics request. Okay, I think I have an idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new storage yard here. This one had an automated output. That'd be great, but it doesn't, which is also a little unfortunate. Can we put it next door for now? I'm trying to figure out where the front of this stupid thing is. Okay. And then this one will set it to basically only take in coal, and it can export coal, but must have a certain minimums. That way they don't have to go too far to drop it off. I think part of the problem is that they're not making more coal because there are more spots to dump the coal. I didn't set up my logistics hubs well, and now I'm being punished for it. Also, I think we need more baths. Surprisingly enough, I think our deer colonists, our deer mice colonists demand more bathing docks. I may not be able to provide them the finest of bathing options, but at the very least I can just give them more baths. That's all they want. They just want to take a bath. Yes, is your cursor always playing Minecraft? You've just been kind of, what do they call it? Being pigeonholed into a role? Typecasted? You've been typecasted as someone who just digs rocks all day. I might do my own personal run for this game at some point, just to kind of see what would happen if I started from scratch and did it myself. And I can see how poorly it would go. Okay. So this one should always store like maybe 40. So now, in theory, they should be able to just drop this off here. Oh, sorry, wait, this is coal. Okay, so this is coal. And I also want this to be fuel. I can figure out which one of these is fuel. Okay, fuel, make this like, I don't know, 40 of them. So now they should be able to just drop it in there. Yeah, requested, inbound. Okay, perfect. So now this is working the way it should be. Yeah, okay, so now as long as this is working, they'll be okay, and that should be fine. Okay, cool. We are still short a few houses, so it's time to gentrify even more. I love gentrification. Let's continue gentrifying our neighborhoods. Get rid of this house. You don't need those terrible, ugly houses. That's right. We're giving you better houses. Appreciate my hard work here. 1, 2. Do I add a third floor? I could add a third floor. Actually, I did say I wanted to use elevators, didn't I? Hold on. I did say I wanted to try out the elevators. So we're gonna do exactly that. Let's see, where can I dump an elevator in here where it would look somewhat natural? I think this exterior area here could probably justify an elevator. So how does this work? We put an entrance here. Okay, gotta get rid of some of these things that are in the way. Let's move this around just so that as I demolish things, I want to make sure there's at least another extra pathway. Get rid of this. Elevator here. Here. Is that literally just how it works? Is that it? No one wants to take the elevator. Oh, well, to be fair... Oh, wait, there it is. I think I saw it. Okay. Ah, look at that. Okay, that's kind of cute. Okay, there is a little bit of a waiting time, though, so this is mostly good if you're going up and down, like, a large quantity of floors, but I think from an aesthetic purpose, I actually like it quite a bit. It's quite nice. It only does take one person at a time, so in theory, you would want to make a proper elevator shaft with multiple elevators if you're going to do like some kind of weird Soviet-style housing block with many, many floors. However, because I am one of those crazy people, we're gonna do Actually, wait. I'm gonna replace this with stone. Ooh. Yeah, let's embrace stone pathways. I think that looks nice. Yeah. There we go. Perhaps even the bridge can be upgraded with stone. Because this does improve walk speed. Weirdly enough, having a stone makes them walk faster than on planks. If you want to take a look here. See, look at how speedy this one is going. And as soon as he hops onto the wood, he slows down by like maybe 25%. Okay, let's add this upper floor here. Because again, we need more houses. Okay. Perfect. And I should be able to just do this, which is, again, somewhat cursed. The fact that I'm allowed to do this. 1, 2. This is a terrible housing block. I think part of the problem is that you can't actually see anything inside here, so if you wanted to kind of gawk at your, you know, dear colonists, you're not really going to be able to do that from this nonsense. I mean, to be fair, at least we are progressing, which is nice. It's just trying to get past the winter. The winter's always the hardest part. And part of the problem, too, is that my tax bill is increasing every single day. Back to trying to build your own flock camera system. What do you mean you're making a flock camera system? It is very favela-like. You're right. I didn't even think about that. This is very much a favela. It's not a pretty favela, but it works fine. I mean, it does exactly what it's meant to do. Actually, you know what I could do? Hold on. I think something that I could do for aesthetic purposes, which I'm not sure if this is even a thing that I really want to do. You could go to decorations, masonry, and you could probably just add these stone walls and just completely hide all of this. Like, if you don't want to see any of this, you could just put like a giant castle wall. I don't really see the point of this, but it's a thing you can do. Yeah, it's the projects. Welcome to the projects. Exactly. I think proper playing of this game would probably involve a lot more excavation and digging things out. I'm one of those players that likes to build, you know, with the environments. That's why a lot of what I do is not efficient. And I'm well aware that that's probably just an excuse for my own bad, you know, gameplay choices, whatever, but I will stand by that. I will stand by my choice. This area needs a lot more because these workers aren't able to do much here. Get rid of this one. Expand it out here. And then I should be able to put another heating element right here, and this should provide, I believe once you add more heating next to each other over time, they do kind of consolidate their heat together into like one big giant heating unit for transport. I mean, you're joking, but there is an actual thing called a launcher, and I wish I was joking. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. There is a whisker launcher, and it literally does exactly what it says. It just flings your whiskers up high heights, like to high elevations. It's basically the reverse slide. You know, a slide lets you go down faster. A whisker launcher lets you do the exact opposite. So yes, it is a thing that you can do. Should you do it? I don't know, but it's there as a function if you really desired it. Actually, what I think I can do to make this a little nicer, because I kind of wanted to try this. I wanted to use the slides. So Whisker can now go from the highest floor to the lowest floor through the slide, which is going to be great as we're going to add more housing on the uppermost areas. Again, so I have a decent reason to kick people off of the other housing areas over time. We'll just order all these now since we have enough planks to justify this. These are fairly expensive, and I may need to actually start having people work on the sawmills again. I kind of stopped the sawmills for a while, but I think we're going to turn it back on. No, we don't have room for fire poles. They get all this other garbage instead. It's fine. What are the other workers? Ah, the miners need something to do. Uh-oh. Geez, what did I do to this? Oh my god. I have no idea what happened here. I have made a very big pit, is all I can say that I've done, which is probably not what I want to do. Finally done with Dust Run after 4 hours, so 4 hours for the demo? That's not too bad. Maybe I should do a stream of Dustfront. It was on my list of I want to stream this games at some point list, so maybe I will. Maybe one day. I'll need to give it a look. There we go. See, I like how this is turning out, where there's a lot more... Because it's warmer now, we can actually grow crops here without worrying. Which is what I want. I do want to be able to grow crops even in the winter. It's not like in real life. As long as you keep a large amount of like AoE heat, it's perfectly valid. In fact, I might grab another one of these and just put one over here. As long as I can afford the fuel cost, it's fine. Yeah, that's probably okay. And then over here, we might need to dump another one somewhere roundabouts here. Let's get rid of this one. Replace it. We need to start replacing all these with like the proper heating channels, because again, these are incredibly inefficient, so we might as well get to work on that. They'll freeze to death for a little bit. I specifically my enemy base size. Is it a defensive RTS or is it like an offensive RTS? Is it a game where you have to go kill the enemy base, or is it a base where the enemies are trying to kill you and you have to hold the line and try not to explode as they slowly encroach upon your land? You're trying to fend them off bit by bit. I need to drink my water. It's a bit of both? Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Let's see here. Ah, someone's freezing to death. All right. Oh, this triage is not workable because it's too cold to operate until we get this one up. Let's set this to high priority. I want this one a little bit more prioritized. And I am running out of plants, and I'm out of machinery, which is really bad. We need machinery to function, so I might have to just sell. Oh my gosh, the tax bill is so high. What do I... Well, we have a lot of cotton crops, so maybe we just feed them all of our cotton. Just all the trinkets. I don't want to give them all of our potash either. I need the potash later on. I'm okay giving renewables. I don't want to give a fish. Maybe a little bit of fish. They need the iron probably, but maybe I don't need all that iron yet. Okay. Okay, I might need to give it a shot then for sure. Whisker ship. Do I need more whiskers? Sure. Which ones don't suck? You're fine. You're fine. Okay, refuse the rest of them. And I will take this one. I have no more machinery, which is really bad. So the next time we're given a supply drop, I do need to take the machinery because we can't make it ourselves. Again, a problem, annoying as it is. Okay, so it seems like everyone's at least eating, although some people are eating raw fish and not the baked goods. We have not actually improved our food storage systems very well, which I am kind of running into. 8 out of warehouse. There's not enough cafes either. Clothes are a problem. There's still a statue I didn't get rid of, and someone's still stuck somewhere that I don't know. I mean, at least we're progressing, but again, progress is a little slow. Research is kind of slow too. I think it's only because I have one research system somewhere. There's like a research building, and I have no idea where it is. I think I built it once, and I never figured out where to put it. Yeah, I gotta take this one. Oh, expensive, but I need the 21 gears. Hopefully, once winter's over, we can keep harvesting more cotton, and the cotton can keep us going for even longer periods of time. Because again, the berries are hopefully being used for soups. In fact, I may need to add another soup facility to expedite the soup production. Because right now what's happening is, for a lot of our production facilities, they're kind of just dropping off the items wherever. So by the time Ranu's done dropping off over there, it's time to get the next one ready to go. So we may need to find a way to have only the logistics workers move things about. And I'm out of planks already. We can do conveyor belts now, but I am out of planks, which means we can't build things. We can't make things anymore. Well, let's get this up and running. Catalyst. Am I escaping factory builders? Never. I love factory builders. I am such a sucker for factory builders. Some could even say that I'm in fact a slut for factory builders. I love factory builders. There's just something about optimizing a conveyor belt system that is so interesting to me. You know what's also really funny? There's a university out there, I think in California. I think they're called like the University of Silicon Valley or something. And one of their things that put them on the news recently is that they're like, hey y'all, we'll give you a scholarship for completing certain achievements in video games. And I was looking at it, I was like, this is really dumb, but I can kind of see the appeal of trying to get gamers into school. And it was unique in the sense that, like, so one semester of tuition costs you about like $1,500 with I think it was $8,000 if you're doing an online course, right? So it's not that bad per semester for, you know, for one semester. You get like but you can get like $3,000 or $5,000 per semester depending on the grade of your achievement. And I was looking through the list and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could do like a good chunk of like some of these. One of them, and like the grade, like the difficulty of some of these scholarships are just like all over the place. So one of them is like play City Skylines 1 and get all 10 advanced city achievements. I don't know what they are, but they're probably something like, you know, certain amount of happiness, certain amount of money, certain amount of like traffic flow, whatever. There's another one that's like play Crusader Kings 3 and do 3 specific unique dynasty runs. And there was also, for some reason, I'm not even like Minecraft was on here. If you can complete all 115 achievements in a single run, and I don't know why, but again, the difficulty's all over the place. Like XCOM 2, complete Iron Man Legend. Okay, Factorio, get all the achievements, including completing the game in under 8 hours. And then if you can do the XCOM or Factorio one, $5,000 per semester or per year for your scholarship. And I was like, this seems stupid. I almost want to try this and see if I could apply, just because I could probably get in. But what am I gonna do? What am I gonna study? I don't want to go back to school again, but I could probably do this for business administration or a Bachelor of the Arts in game design or a Bachelor of Science in game engineering and join the game industry, which is already on fire. Or I think the funniest one was there's legendary tier and master tier ones, right? So legendary tier is like for Final Fantasy 14, have all jobs and classes at level 100. Okay. Mastery tier, do all of your quests and all the extreme trials, which extreme trials aren't that hard unless they're also including the unreal trials, in which case that is actually a difficult task. But then you also have ones that are like comparing, like do all 4 Slay the Spire 1 heart A20 kills, and I'm like, that actually is just straight RNG and pain, pure pain and suffering, and that you have to be like a god at and have to know the mechanics of Slay the Spire 1 in and out. And then you also have like, but then like the insane ones are like, okay, play Sekiro, but you have to do all the achievements and do Gauntlet of Strength. And if you don't know what Gauntlet of Strength is, it's basically a boss gauntlet where you die once, you start all over. But the problem with that is that one of the gauntlets is called the Gauntlet of fuck, I can't remember what it's called. One of them is like you have to literally fight every single boss in the game back to back to back without failing once. And I was just like, excuse me? Yeah, I mean, like, some of these are very much doable. Like, I was looking through these. I'm like, a lot of these are easy enough to do. And I think it's very, very doable. I do appreciate that they at least threw chess in here, which is nice. Satisfactory you could do if you just play Satisfactory enough times. It's not like you're on a time crunch. I will say the Frostpunk one I found kind of interesting. If you've never played Extreme Victory, it's really rough. You know what's funny? Ray doesn't actually play CK3. She has 600 hours in CK2, but she barely has touched CK3 because she wants to only play Merchant Republics, and there's no Merchant Republics in CK3 right now. Until the new DLC drops sometime this year, which will add like the Pope mechanics and all that stuff, and you can finally start doing things like that. So that's kind of, I found that very interesting. The tax collector demands more sacrifices. I don't have nearly enough crops for the tax collector, man. Listen, my cotton's not ready. Good sir, please, my cotton's not ready. I don't have enough cotton for you. God, how do I even feed his hungry, hungry face? If I sell all my cotton, it's just enough. If I sell the iron ore, I don't think I want to sell the iron ore. I need him to just be happy enough to leave me alone. Yeah. So I'm sure Ray will play it at some point. Oh my god, is that the pollution cloud? Oh my god, that is the pollution cloud. Ooh. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. Oh my god, the pollution's flowing. Oh gosh, that is really bad. So the pollution's flowing this way from left to right. Oh, guess what's in the direction of that pollution cloud? Yeah, this giant stack of homes over here, which is apparently very polluted. Very, very polluted right now. Can I take this one? Yeah, that's kind of nasty, huh? Am I doing Final Fantasy 14? Listen, I need to play Final Fantasy 14 some more in the first place. I am so behind on that MSQ. I keep telling myself, oh, MS4, you know, Evercold's in January. I can finish up to 7.5 by January. We're already in the middle of July. August will come by soon. September's gonna fly by soon, and then before I know it, it's like, hey, I gotta finish the MSQ in like a month, and then I'm gonna put it off, and I'm like, okay, I gotta finish the MSQ in like a week. So there's a lot of ways this can go wrong, and will absolutely go wrong, and I am going to hear no end of it from people who tell me that you had all the time to do it. I'll be like, yeah, you're right. You're sure right. I did have time to do it. So that's the problem that we're gonna be running into at some point in the near future. Is like, I should be doing these things, and yet I am not. Also, we have somehow grabbed every single tree here already. Maybe we need to put a tree farm up here for additional trees. I need more cotton. I really don't know how to get out of the crazy loop of just trying to not run out of funds to give to the tax collector, which is such a problem. We actually have so many berries now too, which is kind of funny. Okay, anyways, let's save the game. Alright, well, at least I hope you all had fun watching this weird colony builder. I like colony builders. It seems like a lot of you also enjoy colony builders. We might do more colony builders, or we might do city builders in the future too. I do like my city skylines and whatnot, and we might get on those at some point. Tomorrow is Fire Emblem, and we have more or less filled out every character slot in the Fire Emblems, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna pick one of the characters that were submitted as the final slot, and they will join in on the magical adventures that we are undergoing. And I think I see 1, 2, 3, 4 character submissions, and so one of these 4 will be the final slot, and one of them is literally just Sonic the Hedgehog, which is kind of funny. I mean, those were the only people who are submitting additional characters, so, you know, you can submit a character to another one if you want, and I'm not gonna, you know, you should. It's fun. Anyways, we're gonna go say hi to Hichi. She's playing something. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing a thing. She's doing a thing. I don't know what she's playing, but she's playing something. All right, we'll say. Oh, she's playing Helldivers. All right, say hi to her. She's having a grand old time playing that Helldivers shenanigans that everyone's really into. So anyways, good night everyone, have a good rest, and I shall return tomorrow. And Thursday, I don't know what we'll do. Take pictures of the city. I haven't actually done too much in the city. If I do more in the city, I'll post photos, but I need to do some other stuff. So I haven't actually had a chance to do too many things. Anyways, good night everyone, have a good rest and all that jazz. But yeah, when I get a chance, I'll probably play some over the weekend. It's also like getting super warm in my room, so I gotta like turn on some AC and fans and open the window probably. Goodbye. Thanks for joining.